grip and hold on to the note. We would see we are free. Truly free. As soon as I hit this right here.
That's beautiful, man.
Everybody, a million reasons to blow your brains out with Ricky Warden. That's me. And Dave Jarvis.
Hey, that's me.
Ariel is on the panel with us tonight doing the weekly Wednesday concert calendar. We have the band Munition from Chicago with us tonight. We're going to invite everyone to participate in the chats tonight. I'm going to be paying close attention. As a matter of fact, it looks like we've already got a comment. Look, the hedonistic punk vatos, our boys, already in the chat saying,
hey.
Yeah, man, I wished we had music to play, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, everybody, the moment you've been waiting for, the powerful, the mighty, Dank Country, X610 Chill, my host and yours, Dave Jarvis.
Thank you. Please, hold the applause. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once again Wednesday evening. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week. I'd like to talk to everybody that's here on the panel, starting from top left. Ricky Warden, how has your week been treating you, sir?
Hey, man, my week has kicked my ass a little bit, just like everyone else's, right? But you know what? I've been kicking back. I listened to this band Munition. I listened to their CD 2 times all the way through today in my car with my best stereo system turned up to 11. And I want to tell you, this CD Visions, or these songs called Visions, are kick ass.
Badass, man. I can't wait to hear it. Ariel, my friend, how has your week been?
I really don't want to talk about my week, but you know, it's been a hell of a one. That's for sure.
All right. Well, welcome. You're in good company. And I hope we can relieve whatever stress is going on in your life. It seems like this week has been very stressful for everybody. Hopefully it has not been stressful. I'm sorry?
It's the alignment, right? Isn't there like a planetary alignment?
Yeah. Mercury's in lemonade. So we've also got, hopefully,
Mercury's in lemonade.
Hopefully we have some non-stressed out friends from way up north. Please welcome everybody. Munition, how has your week been?
Broke my back.
Pretty much, yeah. It's almost Friday. I'm good.
Almost Friday.
But I gotta work Saturday. Damn it.
I might have to. I didn't work today because I stayed home.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
He's always like, they always say something's lazy bastard. It's because you pooped yourself.
It's too hot. It's probably too hot up there for you guys to work, right?
Well, we work inside a warehouse, so yes.
It's pretty hot.
It's
Like,
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, before we get into this interview, let's go ahead. I know all your names, but let's go around the table here, and you guys introduce yourselves and tell us your instrument that you play.
Start with you, since you're the guy.
I start with Sile Smith on my top right.
my name's Sil.
There you go, Sile.
What am I doing? I'm the vocals guy who yells and shit.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
him.
so you're the one doing all those killer vocals, all right?
That's what they say.
But we're going to say it a couple more times tonight.
Sure.
Oh, beautiful.
Haven't heard that good enough times.
All right. Welcome, Sile, to the show.
Close enough.
Hey, Dave Jarvis's band is X610, and I always call it X610 Chill. So,
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna mispronounce shit all night because we're drinking.
So yeah, I'm George. I play guitar. Please, some of them I try hard. You know.
I try hard. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He tries to try.
He tries to try.
I'm not gonna say I'll try. I'll try.
I'm making it. You know?
I'm Dash. I play drums. That's all I do.
hey, Dash, what are your inspirations, man?
Just being awesome. That's my inspiration.
That's right. Everybody, I think Dash needs a proper introduction. He is the hitting harder than most of us hit sweet cherry pie, hard driving Dash on the drums.
Do you have like an applause soundbite we can use for that?
If we were more professional, we'd have like a song set up. But yeah, just invent your own song in your head.
Give us a drum solo, Dash.
There we go.
Now insert some chirping crickets.
Yes.
Bom,
This-
bom, 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 bom.
Yeah.
All right, so and on lead guitar in the front we have Casey Tremont.
Tremont, close enough. Yes, I like to whittly. I'm the whittly guy. Call me the
Whitley. All right, well, Whitley, we're gonna whittle right back to your ass. Next to you, we have
A fine one.
It's Jory.
The mullet man.
I'm the mullet man, and I play bass naturally.
and do you go by George? How do we pronounce
Jory.
your name?
Jory.
Jordy.
Jory.
Jordy. All right,
Jory.
I didn't know.
Corey with a J.
Well, that's what I thought. I didn't think there's a D in there. Is there?
Nope.
It's just
No
Jordy.
D. I've looked.
No,
There's
Jory.
none.
I'm calling you Yori for years.
I've heard Jory, Yuri,
Literally
Jory,
until-
Jory.
All right, everybody. These
True. Jay, I've known this guy for 10 years. I didn't know you pronounced the fucking J. I had no idea. Thank you for we cleared that up.
It's only
We
been one
all
time.
now know each
Jesus
other
Christ.
that much more better in the band.
Why didn't you say anything?
All
I was saying
about
your
that
name
time.
wrong.
Honestly, previous to tonight, I've never met these guys in my life before.
Jesus
So-
Christ.
So we'll call you Hori.
It's been
That's
fun.
more.
Or-
Or that's good.
Hori.
There you go.
Hori on base here. Hey, Casey, man, I've been waiting for a while. I think I told you this on a Facebook post a couple of years ago. I've been a fan since Shocker. I've been a fan since before Shocker because I was a fan of your drummer Dash. But man, you're a killer guitarist, dude. I mean, what you're doing on lead guitar, your guitar tones and shit. The first time when Dash, showed me the Shocker shit, I was like, oh fuck, that guitarist, bro, right, Dash?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in love with your playing from day one, man. And I don't want to like set him apart any more than I want to set Dash apart, you know. I know you guys operate as a full band, right? But fuck, guy, your guitar playing is off the hook, and I think it is.
He deserves all the credit in the world for being as good as he is.
Casey's a freak, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a guitar freak, you know.
It makes me
I
feel good about myself.
myself.
Holding a guitar, I'm like, this guy can't.
Because he eats his Wheaties.
Yeah, exactly. He eats his finger
And he
weeds.
has to fucking play with it, right?
Well, I say all that not just to kiss your ass. I mean, it's mostly to encourage you, you know, and just communicating. Hey, man, I've been jamming with you, you know, for a while now. But it's that I hope something happens with this record. What do you all want, and what are your expectations with this record? Everybody listening, this band Munition is from Chicago, Illinois, and they just recently in January of 2023 released their debut record called Visions. So the question is, what's your vision for this record?
As,
For people to love it.
as many people to hear it as possible. That's the goal.
Buy it.
Yeah. Well, buying will come after that, but the more people know us, the better for us in the long run, and that's kind of what we're doing with this record.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, blow your brains out to tell our folks all about you, man. And we hope that they listen and will go over and actually listen to the band, and not only listen to the band, but hop on over to Bandcamp and pick up the record and some merchandise while they're there. But the reason I'm asking you this question like this is because I'm not thinking that you five guys are just an ordinary average band, okay? I know a lot of people have heard it. I've read some of the reviews. They've been stellar. But, I mean, fuck, dude, a band like you guys in the 80s would have been off the chain already. You know, I mean, everybody would have already known about you.
Yeah, thing.
And so in 2023, you know, what happens? What do you do with this? And I know I'm at being long, but I will ask the question because all this background information is important. as I say, classic metal. They would have taken off in the 80s. What you guys are doing is beyond what bands were doing in the 80s, okay? I hear all the influences, and again, back to you, Casey, those guitar tones, and really, I know every guitarist. I know every note that fucking Randy Rhoads ever played. I know every note that Tony Iommi ever played. I know every note that Dimebag Darrell ever played. Dude, you're playing some fucking original shit. You're playing shit in there that I may not have ever heard.
Again, thank you. Thank you.
And so that's got to be a big part of what this band is doing, along with these killer vocals, and just this driving tightness, But my question is to you, what is your vision? Either one of you guys, who has the vision for marketing this record, marketing this band? What happens from here?
Jeez, to the point I think we all, to some extent, we're not exactly, college degree business folk.
Yeah,
but,
we know our way around an instrument, but as far as marketing goes, we're kind of cutting our teeth as we go along. So we're kind of
sort of shopping management.
Yeah, we're shopping management. We're looking for somebody who can let us play the music and they can do the promotion because
take the fucking ball.
I think you're right on there, really. So any management companies paying attention, check this band out. So here's the question any management company is going to ask, are you guys tour ready? I mean, I know musically you are, but are y'all all able to go on the road?
I mean, we'll find a way one way or another. It's just a matter of being able to afford it. I mean, we can play the songs in every city. It's just a matter of getting there.
Money.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. If you're not able to go on the road, you're not able to go on the road. Fuck, any of us could go on the road if somebody paid our bills. If Ozzy shows up, you guys are fine.
Well,
right. But
yeah, sharing that.
Other than that, you're probably going to be out on some kind of tour, not making much money, to promote this kind of music and, promote this band and really make it work.
I think the big thing right now is just trying to get ourselves opening up for bigger shows so more and more people can see us and
just kind of spread the word.
Yeah, just trying to get ourselves out there to the public. That's what I was saying about, wanting this record to fall as many years as possible. The more people hear us, the more demand will be for us.
Show opportunities.
And just show opportunities and
bigger shows, bigger audiences. And
we can find the money somehow, some way, but it's just the opportunity is not something we can manifest ourselves.
Well, and I think you nailed it, though, with management. I think that is what it comes down to. Bands don't sign to record deals anymore. You sign to management deals, and management deals are, it's a whole different process again these days. It's a whole different landscape.
Sport altogether.
Yeah, the key is to find somebody that you can trust, and that's the hard part.
Bingo.
Well, and that's both ways, though, because there's one of them or whatever, and there's 5 of you, and you guys got to be able to, the real question, if any good manager was asking you, would say, hey, can you go out on tour and not make any money? How much money do you have to make on tour? How many weeks can you stay out on tour?
7 months.
But I understand you guys haven't even thought about that much, right?
I mean, we have. It's just the avenue is not self-apparent. So it's just kind of a matter of finding our way through the dark until we find something that, shed a little light for us. And that's kind of the problem we've been facing for a while.
You could prostitute yourself on the road.
We call him Hori for a reason.
Yeah, I'll make the
Gotta
money.
do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this with every show, get it on paper. All right, get it on paper with every show that you book. A handshake will not get you anywhere.
No, only in blood.
Yes, absolutely. Blood and semen.
He offers to help pay their rent.
The contract needs to look like a CSI episode.
Yeah. It's definitely making for a TV special for sure.
I think Munition can open for touring bands there in Chicago, Illinois. What bands have you already opened for, and what kind of shows might you expect to get on in the next 6 months or a year?
Exciter was one of the bands we opened for.
Exciter, we opened up for Traveler.
Yeah, Traveler up in Canada. I'm done.
We've as you know, bands. Back in the day, we opened up for Queenstrike, YNT, Saxon, Marty Friedman, and a slew of others.
Well, that's what I thought with Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, Shocker opened for Queensryche, some pretty big bands.
Yeah, our best show that we've done, or I should say the biggest show and the most accolade we got was when we opened it for Queensryche. We got a standing ovation after our set to pretty much a full house.
And now, was that with Shocker without Sill? With the
that was even before George joined the band. That was
we were back just
that was the album lineup that we had.
Okay, well, so here
with a vocalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different game plan for you guys. Y'all are obviously going to be opening for the same types of caliber bands when they're coming through.
Oh yeah.
They're going to need your support. You guys obviously have some kind of following there.
Yeah, I mean, when we opened up for Queenstrike, Todd Latour himself said that we were a lot different than most of the bands that he had that they opened up for Queenstrike as he is in the band. So that's something that we took to heart as kind of telling that we had a little bit more than your average Joe in a local band, which is it's definitely what we were going for. So
the cool thing about that was I remember loading the equipment back up on the trucks. I'm the stage manager, Casey's father, so I've been with the band ever since the band began. And we're loading the gear back on the truck after the Queensryche show, and they come out. The guys who run the Arcada Theater come out and say, "Hey, pull that shit out of the truck again. Put it back inside. You're opening up for YNT tomorrow night." And
that was awesome.
That was.
Bring the gear back on stage.
They didn't want to let us go.
Yeah, the owner was so happy with what we did that he invited us to play the next show the next day, and that's when we got to open up for YNT. And there's a funny tidbit about Dave Menichetti looking at Casey playing and going to Casey's father and be like, "Man, I gotta fucking
I gotta go down to the dressing room and actually practice, man, because this is fucking crazy."
Yeah, so hearing stuff like that lets us know that we're on the right path with what we're doing.
And got you
sound check. That was from Saxon. I mean, that was.
Oh yeah, that one guy, Joey Allen in Warren. He had come up and he's like, I think you guys were covering Bark at the Moon or something like that at the time. In case he was doing the Jakey.
Did you say Joey Allen of Warrant?
Yeah. So he comes up.
Did you say, "Damn, that drummer is a hard-hitting badass"?
Yeah, that was Dan's dream come true for sure.
Goddamn right it was.
Joey Allen comes up to me. I'm standing by the side of the stage. Casey's doing the Jakey Lee solo on Bark at the Moon, and he's like, "Is that your boy?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's my boy.
I hate you.
I don't know. That's your boy. I don't know that. I don't know that Jack.
So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When people hear us, they like us. We just need more and more people to hear us, and we'll be in a good spot.
I mean, you guys are running around on stage and they're threatening to roll water bottles out in front of you guys. You guys are tripping over them. It was fucking hilarious.
As Lemmy said, it'll play where they go hooray,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just very excited for you. I really am, man. There's nothing cooler than. Yeah, well, it's a great record. That's the thing. It's excellent music. Let's see. It's etched into my heart, man. I already know that I'll be listening to this record, 10 and 20 years from now. I'm going to live forever, of course. But I'll be listening to this record for a long time. It's fucking good. It's a real heavy metal record.
Well, thanks, man. That's kind of what we're going for. I mean,
it's just
we like what we like, and it comes through. But I'm very sure that we have a fresh sound to add to what we like.
I mean, one
so
of the
it doesn't
things-
sound like it's coming, like we're trying to rehash a sound.
I mean, one of the things we've got, everybody in here's got some form, some way or another, different kind of music than what we played all together. I mean, influences from places you wouldn't even imagine a heavy metal band would ever even go. And there's even parts on this record, songs, the guitar parts that I've written that are come completely left field from something else entirely that you wouldn't even, that has nothing to do with heavy metal.
Yeah,
I try to throw more
hey, Casey, are 100% of your leads, pre-written, or are any of those leads on the record improvised?
It's kind of 60-40. A pretty good bit, like the title track, songs like that. Those were pieces that I did have written. And then I would do bits and pieces in the studio, and if something for me, I'd play something and I'd hear it back, I'd be really happy with it. Then I'd listen to it a couple more times and like, this part's shit, this part's crappy, let's do a couple of edits. Then I'd wind up redoing it on the fly. Yeah. So it's about 60-40. Some were pre-written, more were pre-written than not, but there's like I said, it's a pretty good handful of ones.
What about you, George? How about your lines?
All right, hey, let's go around and find out what all your influences are, and then I've got some other questions. So we're gonna have a good time. Start with you, Casey. Who are your guitar influences?
How much time you got on here, man? This could eat up days and days and days.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. What do you listen to? And because really. Okay, God, man, like I want to ask you so much, like about your guitar tone, and I want to ask you about other guitar players and their tone and shit. But just give us the synopsis, man. Who are your guitar heroes?
God, I'm just gonna throw some at you because I cannot spend as much time. I'll be racking my brain thinking about it. But three very for sure ones: Gary Moore, Michael Schenker, and David Gilmour.
All right. Yeah.
Just to name guitar players so I don't just go crazy, naming, spending a million years thinking about, this guy, this guy, this guy. Uli Roth and people like that, obviously.
Yeah. Uli Roth. Let's talk about that for a second, man. When did you find the first Old Scorpion records?
When I was like 4 years old.
Yep, thanks to your father.
I remember hearing Taken by Force when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And being taken by that,
All right, so that says a lot to me because, I'm a little older than you, I think, but I found those records when I was about 12. Yeah, right in there, and so that says a lot about your playing, though. All right, so Jorge, your inspiration, sir.
George or me?
You.
Oh, me. Okay. I can name my top 5 guys. John and Twistle. Top 5 guys. Really?
He's a bass player.
John and Twistle, Paul McCartney, Bob Daisley, what's his name? Joe DiBiase from Fates Warning, and Eddie Jackson from Queensryche are probably my top 5 guys.
What's your favorite Queensryche record?
The first one, Warning, for sure.
Warning. Kick ass.
Yeah. That's
all right.
That was probably one of my favorites.
Seal, you're the other person that we are very interested in with your vocal capabilities that are maybe they're just all natural. I don't know. Who are your influences? How did you get to where you are with your vocal abilities?
So I'm a big fan of Merciful Fate, King Diamond. Lane Staley, Alice in Chains is one of my favorites. Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. And of course, Priest.
The guy who sings the bass part.
That's crazy because that's the first high-pitched singer you've mentioned. All the other guys are just like frontman guys.
Oh, King Diamond is the first one I said.
Yeah, well, but I mean, he sings in that higher range that you don't really sing in. So,
sure.
I mean, I guess you do sometimes, but God, man,
he sings a very affected falsetto where it's more,
chest head.
Yeah. Candy.
Here's to you. Hey, do you drink?
No.
No? Okay. Well, here's to you living your dreams with your favorite singers, man, because I could sit around all night like hitting highs together with you and screaming and howling at the moon. And I know all these other singers I know these singers like King Diamond. He'd have a blast with someone like you. Who wouldn't, right?
Whatever.
All right. Hey, since you're not, I mean, do you find yourself howling at the moon?
Yeah. I mean, for many years, people would, who knew me would drive by and see me just walking down the street screaming.
Yeah.
And I guess as I get older, I realize maybe I shouldn't do that, but sometimes I just can't help it.
Well, you just need good friends, man, that'll scream with you.
Right.
And that's what we do.
That helps sometimes, if it's facilitated by other items. All right,
Otherwise,
so now
maniac. Yeah. By myself, I just look like a maniac. It's not a great,
yeah, hey man, that's what friends are all about, man. Support everybody to be crazy together. Hey man, I'm speaking from experience. Like that's what we used to do. I used to hang out with Dimebag Daryl Abbott till the fucking sun rose. And we would be screaming highs all night long. That's where that whole Phil Anselmo Cemetery Gates. That's where all that shit came from. Was people hanging out with Daryl all night, screaming the highest notes they could at the fucking highest, all night long, howling at the moon.
I told my mom that when I die, for any of my friends to enter my funeral, they need to give a high scream before they're allowed into the
to enter. To enter?
To enter the funeral, yeah. Once I die, I need everyone before you're allowed to enter. Well, I gotta enter.
And you're not allowed
that would be
again.
Yeah.
It's like a really
that'd be tough though, because like if someone came in like, I'd have to go, okay, cool, you're in.
Oh yeah, that's fine. All right, that's fine.
All right, so George,
they sit in the back.
Yeah. Sit in the back with Dick Luck.
Hey,
George,
I was wondering how did y'all meet?
Ooh, that's Dave Jarvis right there. Dave, I'm gonna get into that. I didn't want to leave George and Dan out. We're going through their inspirations.
Oh, my apologies. The man has a plan. My apologies.
I do. We're gonna get into how they met.
And as far as inspirations, top three, I guess, would be Jason Becker, Akira Takasaki, and probably Louis John Roth. Just off the top of my head, Growing up, I listened to a lot of foreign music, so that kind of sneaks in there a little bit. I like my mom would drag me to church or something, they'd be saying foreign language. I'd be like, "Oh, come on, man!" But the music's kind of cool. So,
Orthodox.
What about Dash? Dash, tell us all your favorite '80s inspirations.
Well, I mean, there's nothing other than, Steven Adler from the original GNR. Other than that, I just take inspiration from all of the '80s drummers, basically.
Hey, dude, that's what I love about you. You are what you are. You're a hard fucking hitting drummer.
Yeah, you can say
that. Yeah, my ears haven't thanked me after he joined the band, so.
Yeah, man, and you're not trying to do anything fancy, man. You're like doing like, hey, y'all already know this, right? I can tell you something about Dash. He's committed to the song. He's gonna play what the song fucking requires, man, and that's really all anyone can really do, right? So not only that, he's gonna hit the damn drums. What's that?
It's a delicate balance. There's a lot of drummers out there that overdo it, and it's distracting.
I mean, if a house doesn't have a solid concrete foundation, then what are you building on?
Yep. All right. So with that, hey, Dash, you're the one that introduced me to this band originally. Dan spent some time, Dash spent some time here in Dallas, Fort Worth for a little bit playing some music. And so I followed him up to Chicago. And when he joined Shocker, again, as I said before, was really impressed with Casey. When I saw Casey's playing with Dash, I was like, fuck yeah, he found a real guitarist. That was really my biggest thought about that band and that process. So why don't you guys tell us, back to our host, Dave Jarvis, asking about how y'all met. Tell us about Shocker real quick. How did that come together, Casey?
Again, we're going back now, 2011, right?
Yeah.
He and I used to play in the band early. We met in high school.
Right, bro. I'm interested in how you met your drummer. I'm interested in how this came together. You know, really, I am.
Well, that's halfway through the story. Me and him met in high school
about 20 years ago.
Yeah, and then after high school, I joined a band that he was a part of, and when that dissolved, me and him put Shocker together. And
this is early 2011.
Yeah,
when we started.
And then
doing that.
you know, as the years went on, and we did.
Lineups changed,
and in 2016, we were looking for another drummer because our original drummer left. And that's when we found Dan, and after a couple of auditions, we realized.
Now, did you already have that chick singer at that time?
Yeah, we did. She joined us in 2014, and then 2 years later is when Dash. She was actually the one who found Dash through Band Mix, right?
Yeah, it was Band Mix.
Yeah, it was Band Mix.
Is that how that happened?
Yeah, and then he was actually in Indiana at the time.
Timeline. How about that?
And he came out and was very, very dedicated to being here as often as we needed, even if that, you know, only left him with a couple hours of sleep a night. But after he joined the band, he moved up here, and
that's rock and roll.
And then a couple years later, actually before Shocker dissolved, before our singer left, we had intended on having George join us because they knew each other. George's father owns a music shop that Casey's father used to work at, which is actually where Casey worked at, and that's how Casey and I met.
We met too.
And he's a bit younger than us, so when he was finishing up college, we had the idea to have him join us, and
turn the finished that. Into a 5
what was that? 2018, right? Yeah, so in June of 18 is when he joined us, but him and Casey have known each other since they were pretty
Okay, now you're talking about George. That's when George joined the band.
That's it.
And how Sil joined the band. So when we moved,
there's a couple of things.
When we moved to the spot that we practice at after we formed Shocker, we met Sil's father. This was like 2011, 2012.
So the very beginning of the band when we met this.
Yeah,
they were in the same building.
And same building on the bottom floor. We were on the top floor, and Sil's also a bit younger than me, Casey, and Dan. And he was in and out. Every once in a while we see him. He was in his own bands, and then as things started to peter off with Shocker, we were looking for new singers and stuff like that. And
we had already written a pretty good chunk of the music for this record.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 songs
as we were looking for singers.
Musically worth. And false starts here and there and whatnot, and after a while it just kind of fell together, and like 2 or 3
right
months
before the pandemic
started is when we officially
made it official.
The band. Yeah. And then when that happened, we took the time. We decided, we're not going to be able to do much of it.
So hang on just a second. For clarification, this is when you met Sil. Sil joined the band at the end of 2019.
Yes.
I've known these guys.
We met him years prior for that.
Probably a little over a decade, and I was in other bands, and we would run into each other. We played a few shows together.
Sil, what was your first band, and did you sing in that band?
My first band was Scorpia, and I was the vocalist in Scorpia. And then my second band was Ancient Seance, and I played guitar and did vocals at the same time.
Agent what?
Ancient Seance.
Ancient Seance. Okay, so you did vocals and guitar. Were you doing the same kind of high-pitched type vocals in both of those bands?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a little more odd. Ancient Seance was kind of an oddball thing. It was a little more cryptic. There was a lot of vocals going on. It was like kind of a culmination of characters more than like a straight heavy metal vocal.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. I mean, it's, you know.
If you didn't mention your Ancient Seance, I was going to like bring it up because Ancient Seance, in my opinion, was a fucking awesome band.
It was a cool
I
project.
fucking loved it. I
unique,
loved your
which is-
shit.
I really
It was
did.
Did y'all do shows together back then and stuff?
With Scorpia, I know
we
we
did
did.
shows when I was in Scorpia. Ancient Seance wasn't around for all that long. It kind of just fizzled out. And then these guys had like various singers coming in and out that were trying out or whatever, and they bailed on them before a show, and then they hit me up and they were like, "Hey, just come learn all these songs in 10 minutes," and that didn't exactly pan out.
So then we said, "Fuck the show."
No pressure.
Yeah, and we just it was like, okay, it's like 2 days, but then eventually they were like, all right, let's just give this another shot. And it's kind of funny because I always was like, I feel like at some point I'm going to end up jamming with these guys. I kind of always had it in the back of my head because I always just seen them around the halls, and it's like, yeah, I could sing the shit out of these songs. It'd be cool if I could do that, even just for fun one day. And then it just kind of happened.
I think what had the ball rolling is in Shocker, we wanted to do a cover of Dreamer Deceiver. And we were mulling around the idea, and since we were friends,
not anybody could just go up and
we were friends
sing
with his
something
father,
like
and we
that.
were talking about the idea, and he's like, "Oh, I still love that song." So that was kind of like, things just kind of sort of came together as time went on. And another funny tidbit is these two.
So what you're saying is that you bonded over Priest, Dreamer, Deceiver. I love
Yeah,
more or less, if you would. But yeah,
I mean, we've been friends for a long time, but it was kind of like, okay,
that was kind of the shoe-in
going
to,
the same direction.
And what sealed the whole
this.
thing full circle is Casey and Sil, through family lineage, found out that they're distant cousins after all this time.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
That was, talk about
They're both from
Kentucky. It's very
talk about coincidence.
I was gonna say we're in Texas, we've seen it once or twice.
How does y'all's hometown feel about not just y'all but heavy music in general?
It's
yeah.
There's people around,
Yeah.
It's a big city, so there's a million different types of people who are into whatever the fuck. So whatever it is you're doing,
Chicago
or any other weird shit, there's people there who are into it.
I would say in the last 5
around
years,
here, you'll find a genre for whatever kind of music you like.
Chicago really likes their heavy music. Like, there's a lot of death metal, there's a lot of thrash metal here. We're kind of one of the few, more straightforward heavy metal bands, so it helps us stick out a little bit.
But it transcends. It's kind of funny. It transcends
within the last 4 or 5 years, the clickiness of all the metal bands. Okay, you're death metal, you're this, you're grindcore, you're whatever. It's the wall's kind of been
kind of fizzling out.
Now there's everybody's playing with everybody now. If you're heavy metal, basically you're heavy metal.
Chicago's always been
crossed over
a breeding ground for
crossing over, so shows are getting better. There's more variety of metal, at the metal shows, which is awesome because it's all cool.
It seems like every few years, when you're talking about specifically traditional heavy metal, it kind of ebbs and flows in the city. There'll be a bunch of bands for a while, and then they all start kind of dying, and then there's 1 or 2 for a couple of years, and it just kind of keeps going on.
Outlasted them all.
Whereas literally death metal are constant.
We are the cockroaches of heavy metal in Chicago. We refuse to die. Right. We've gone through so many singers in such a long time, and we finally got to this point where I think we found
so many bands came and went, and we just.
Well, I think a lot of the reason
stayed around.
A lot of the reason behind that is because you guys don't plan what you write. I mean, it's not we're writing for a genre. We have to write the same all the time to stay within our boundaries. You guys basically write completely different. All your songs are different from one another, basically. And people hear it.
Yeah, that's true.
Where these influences come. It's funny. People come up at shows.
Hey, Casey, grab your pop's cell phone and click the link and put him on the panel with us. Hey, Pops Tremont, you're welcome to hop on the panel with us.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool in the background. That's fine.
Yeah, he's like the God voice that speaks to us in our heads. He's the voice in our heads that kind of helps us along.
I'm sitting in Dash's grandma's
He's the
Metatron.
He's the Metatron, if you will.
He's the omnipotent overseer.
The Metatron.
As the legend goes, there is no Dean at all. He's not even there.
Are you guys familiar with a Chicago artist named Johnny Monaco?
Yes.
Yes, he's actually. I'm pretty good friends with Johnny.
I thought you might be. I threw it out there.
I know Johnny for a while. He's a great guitar player.
Yeah, I threw it out there for Pops more than anything. He's an older dude, but he's an excellent guitar player. He went to Guitar Institute and all that.
He's a nice dude too.
Yeah, he's a real good dude.
He's a nice guy.
He did Enough's Enough, and he did all that kind of stuff. He's been bouncing around for years with stuff, but yeah, he's a monster. He's a shred monster. And another Chicago legend, the guitar player Dave Urich. He's been around for a while. That was Casey's teacher was Dave Urich, so he kind of studied with Dave. Dave is amazing, one of the best.
So is there a metal club in the city of Chicago, or are there 5 metal clubs?
Yeah, Reggie's Rock Club.
Yeah, Reggie's is definitely the spot.
Yeah, that's kind of like the heart of the metal scene in Chicago.
Down in the south.
If you want literally downtown in the city, that is.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, the guys at Reggie's are great. You know, Shane, who runs Empire Productions, he brings in bands from all over the world.
All over.
And just like, you know, they're obviously really into all different genres of underground stuff. I mean, they do stuff from just like from every subgenre you could possibly think of.
Yeah,
and they find like the deep cut bands that like true fans of whatever genre would want, and they ship them from all over the world.
That's because of the booking agencies. You know,
yeah, the guy who runs Reggie's and does all that is
absolutely
who does most of the booking at Reggie's.
Shout out to Shane Merrill.
I'm also referring to the existing booking agencies that are booking bands around the world and into the
So, right.
Most of these booking agencies are booking everything from, you know, metal, like death metal bands, you know, to hardcore to, you know, even like some more classic metal type stuff. So
yeah, like Reggie's is the place to go if you're not gonna, like, if it's a band that's not gonna fill a fucking stadium or the Aragon Ballroom. Reggie's is like a bigger venue that just has the built-in crowd of people who are there for that.
Yeah, a lot of nights.
Even on like Tuesday nights, that place could fill with the right band. It's wild.
Yeah, we played with Unleash the Archers.
Manila Road,
2019, and they packed that place fucking asses to elbows on like a Tuesday night or something. It was like literally from the door to the stage, completely packed.
That's where we played with Saxon, and I mean, that was huge.
Yeah.
Well, bro, next time you play with Saxon or Queensryche or one of these bands that are touring bands and have a decent management company, and they say, God, you're fucking awesome. Say, hey, who's your management company? That's probably where you're at. You guys are going to need a management company that can get you a little bit of money.
Yes, por favor.
Yes, definitely.
Money's nice.
I mean,
it pays for things.
You know, nowadays, if you want to tour and you want to go on the road with anybody real, you know, there's the buy-in, of course, for everything. You know, you got to pay a buy-in to get on these tours, and a good management company that has a little cash would be nice just to make the buy-in. I mean, you know, you could do all right selling merch and selling music on the road. You know, when you're playing, because a lot of shows are.
I wouldn't tell just any band that. You know, these guys. I believe that anywhere you play in a hard rock to metal, even thrash crowd, you're gonna win.
Yeah, speaking on that, like, there's been a lot of people that don't necessarily like or listen to heavy metal, like not even exclusively, like just even as part of their regular rotation, really like the album. And I think that speaks volumes to our ability to transcend just, you know, the genre that we're playing. And I think that's one of our strongest aces, so to speak, in helping us step above the rest, you know, and things to come. Because the fact that people that I know that, you know, like I said, they don't listen to metal or anything like that, like what we do.
A lot of
that's
people,
a very good thing, and that's, I think, what a lot of, you know, a lot of bands chase.
Yeah, like he said, I know people that absolutely do not do metal. It's not their thing. Like, I just, you know, it's not my thing. I'm not into it. I'm sorry. But But I put your record on, and I'm like, holy shit, you know, this is amazing.
Bro, that's kind of one of the reasons they're like that is because most bands suck, right? All right?
Well, I mean,
really, that's the thing. If you pull out a Blizzard of Oz record for just about anybody, anywhere, at any time, they're gonna go, okay, yeah, I can enjoy that. Yeah, okay, I think that's good.
Crazy Train in stadiums all over the world. So yeah.
Well, of course, and so that's the difference. Is you guys are actually writing some.
Somebody tried to bust out that song.
Well, you guys are writing some killer songs, but you have a stellar guitarist in Casey Tremont here. I mean, you know, you with the band together and the right management promotion, you know, if Ozzy were to come along, for example, and you did get on the Ozzy tour, there's no question that they would be going, God damn, this Casey Tremont guy is like, whoa. You know, there's no real good guitar, you know, players anymore. If they are, they're in like a speed metal band. And Casey, like, you play fast sometimes. But there's always like so much more than that. There's so much going through your guitar, dude, that I'd have to talk about it for a long time.
As the rest is, the speed is not everything. And I mean, back in the day, I think so anyway. I used to be a lot, you know, just physically more quicker on the net and play a lot more notes. Whereas these days, I'll still do that from time to time. But I like to kind of, you know, kick back a little bit, let the amps ring a little bit.
I'm just saying, bro, that you do play fast. This is heavy metal music, everybody. Casey, you play fast, all right? You're a fucking killer guitar player. Some of that shit is really fast, but it never loses. It never loses like its place. You know, you've always got a space for everything you do. It's pretty fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, there are a lot of really good guitar players out there. I kind of like playing
for the song, kind of. It depends on the song.
I think a lot of them don't have their own identity, and I think that's where things are lost.
You said it. There are a lot of good guitarists. Sincerely, you know, mention some. Are you talking about like Nuno Betancourt, or are you talking about?
Well, Doug Aldrich just won. The stuff he did with Dio was amazing.
George Lynch.
I was talking specifically more.
Okay, all right. Well, hold up, everybody. Hold up. I know guitar playing.
That's a whole other thing. All
right. So, I mean, as good as George Lynch is, I'm not trying to say that he's not as good as Casey or Casey's better. It's none of that.
Yeah, that's not true.
I'm just saying that. Well, George Lynch has always been challenged to even just have a band that could write songs tight and good enough that I don't know what the like George Lynch curse is. I know that everybody, when it comes to guitar context, they go George Lynch. But come on, really, when's the last time you listened to his record?
No, you're right.
That's how I feel about every shredder that I can think of, to be honest with you.
It's not true, because I listen to Judas Priest all the time, and there's two shredders there. I listened to your record today.
I'm
guitar-oriented.
I'm talking about when you get like one guy and like everything is kind of.
And he's a star, and everybody else.
Like Ingvar,
like Ingvar, and that kind of shit. Personally, I'm never really a fan. I always feel like the songs suffer, so I don't care. I just don't care.
I mean,
George Lynch was good with Dokken, and like I actually like the first Dokken record the best. My favorite Dokken record, if I have a favorite, that seems weird. Not in front of my buddy Dash though. My favorite Dokken record is the first record. It's a damn good record.
Breaking the Chains, or
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's Breaking the Chains. It's also got a song called Seven Thunders. Seven Thunders. It's got Paris is Burning, George Lynch's solo.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a really cool tune, actually. Paris is Burning was pretty kick-ass. And it was live on the album, too. It was the only live track.
But here's the thing. Like, when you listen to our record, especially with Casey, like, when you listen to his tone and his sound, like, you can tell. And I think that, you know, every so often there comes a generational talent, and not to toot his horn because he's in my band, but I think,
dude, you should toot his horn, because when I listen to his guitar, not only can I tell, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? God damn! Again.
The podcast.
Bro, he couldn't do it without you guys. It takes a full band to do this shit, but some of the shit that he's playing tickles my heartstrings in ways that other guitarists just can't. So thank you very much for everything you've done to do what you do, Casey, and I hope that the rest of the world gets to experience your guitar playing in particular. And I would say along with that, any other guitarist that plays anything remotely as good as you, I hope that the world gets to enjoy it.
I got to step in real quick. Our other guitar player, George, I believe by the time the next album hits, he's going to surprise a lot of people. George rips, and basically he was getting his feet wet with the band with all these songs on the first album. He was kind of coming into his own, but he's going to surprise a whole bunch of you on the next record.
On here.
And another thing I got to say about George, George is actually one of the main riff writers right now, as far as writing songs and riffs.
The ideas, man.
George is an incredible writer. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people.
idea.
Him and Casey are going to really, with stuff they're working on together, like dual guitar stuff, they're going to blow a lot of minds. The next album's going to blow a lot of minds. That's all I can say. I mean, this album's great. Next album's going to be great.
I mean, that's the thing about George. Is
Congratulations, George.
Is because he hang with Casey. Not a lot of people can do that, and Casey doesn't really want to work with a lot of people.
I'd be fucking terrified if I had to try to hang with Casey. This guy holds his own.
Yeah. So
well, I can say this. Like I have already formulated some of my own thoughts about you, George, and it is that your guitar playing is fucking awesome. If that's you playing the riffs along with the leads on the songs, dude, that shit's fucking obliterating. Yeah. There's no light duty shit, man.
He does a couple of the leads on the record.
Watchtower's his
lead.
No way. Okay. All right. So then
the first solo.
Yeah.
Pops, you're right, man, because Watchtower, that leads off the hook.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, they trade in Skyrider.
The best way to tell is if you're listening on headphones, Casey's leads are on the left and George's leads are on the right. So
plus we got a little better recording out of Casey.
Okay, so I want to ask then.
Casey's
for my own thought, any other guitar lover would be Watchtower. Are y'all dueling leads? Is that what you're saying?
That little outro thing. Yeah,
yes, but the main guitar, or the second guitar.
You mean that very end? You mean that very end fucking thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, dude. That's like crazy. Yeah, I love the end of that song. That whole song, Watchtower, is killer. All right, everybody listening right now, there are multiple. I've been ignoring the comments all night, so sorry about that, hedonistic. But everybody listening right now, just turn off the program and go listen to Watchtower. That song is, it's just killer. It's the heaviest song on the record, right?
We do the comments.
Yeah, we'll do that. Can we look at the comments after it's done?
I want about the comments.
I just want to get distracted.
No, I can pull them up. These are our buddies. This is a band right here in Dallas, Fort Worth called Hedonistic Punk Vatos. It's the UChup's channel.
Actually, the oldest riff we have on this record comes all the way from the band that Casey and I were originally in together. Highway of Nightmares has one of those riffs.
18 years old, yeah.
So spanning from 2010 to 2022, or when did we record 21? 2021 is about all the time that we've had this song or this record kind of.
Look here, Dave Jarvis. Look at this comment.
And we recorded that album ourselves.
Yeah, we recorded at a practice spot.
We also, we did that record. We recorded ourselves.
A big part of our writing process is basically me, George, or Casey will come in with a riff, and sometimes Sil, And we'll be like, oh, that's a cool riff. What does that sound like to you? Oh, that sounds like a verse riff. All right, well, let's figure out a pre-chorus and chorus to go along with that, and then just kind of go from there.
Let's record it. We
always record it on a little recorder just so we don't forget it.
Still plays guitar also.
In a dark room.
What's up?
Candles going.
What'd you
Still
say?
plays guitar also, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, just not in the band. I do play
but he
guitar
does play
also.
guitar.
But you have the ability to come up with a riff and a vocal line and share it.
Yeah, no, I write music all the time. My style is definitely a little different from what these guys do, so it doesn't always jive. But every now and then, I got one that works.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, mainly me, George, and Casey are the primary music writers, and we just kind of throw an idea out, and then we'll all, sit on it but we'll mess around with things that sound good with it, and then before we know it, a week goes by and we have a song.
Yeah, and Dan comes in and works out the drums, and pretty much it's.
I mean, it's a pretty even split as far as like musical writing, and
I'm the only person who doesn't do shit. These guys send me a fucking song, and they're like, right?
He only writes the words and
Yeah, it takes like 12 minutes, and then I go back to fucking being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Candles burning in the middle of a pentagram with a little piece of.
Yeah, he puts film on windows and beats a punching bag in his basement.
Hey, I'm wondering something. Chicago has a very dubious reputation around the country. Does the crime rate influence y'all's writing at all?
Not really.
No, I mean
Something tells me they're not on the south side.
Yeah, the violence happens everywhere in the country, and you can walk out the door and get hit by a bus, and you can walk out the door and get shot. It's not
you get sit in a restaurant eating for your friend's birthday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just something that it's not. I mean, it's happening all over the country. It's not as prevalent in Chicago as people make it.
It's not as bad as the media makes it out to be.
It's very overhyped.
Any big city, they're going to do
this.
It depends, man. I mean, if you're
you got good places and you got bad places.
If you're our age
like
and you grew up in Chicago, the likelihood that your friend or someone in your
immediate circle
didn't get murdered is pretty unlikely. Somebody probably got killed at some point. It just kind of is what it is.
Or even if it's like 6 degrees of bacon, somebody knows somebody knows.
Somewhere, and it's really not usually more than 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah, but I mean.
But if you're young and you grew up in Chicago, you basically know how to look like behind you and in front of you at the same time. You build the sixth sense.
You go anywhere and you keep your wits about you. That's all you can really do. I mean, Chicago is Chicago. New York's New York. Baltimore, Detroit. Anywhere you go, any
good places, bad.
It's not what people say it is. It's not Chirac.
What you're saying is that a weak gazelle is a weak gazelle in Chicago or in Dallas. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. You know what? If you walk around and you don't know where the fuck you are or what you're doing, you're pretty much just asking for it.
If you're walking to your car and you don't have your key in your hand already, you're an idiot.
It's not even that. It's not even that intense. It's really just like if you're like lost, like if you have no,
at 3 a.m, something might happen. If you're walking to your car from work, probably nothing's gonna happen.
It's really just common sense. Have your faculties, don't be
thousands of other people coming home from work. Yeah.
If you're Clark Griswold in a station wagon, you're fucked.
Roll up. I mean, shit happens. I've had guns pulled on me a few times. It's not the coolest thing in the world, but it hasn't happened in some years.
He's really the only Chicago boy. We're all transplants from the suburbs.
But these guys are a bunch of golf playing. Fucking
I do golf.
This guy plays golf. He actually does.
It's like playing with
my grandpa lived a block from my mom, so I'm very.
It's the city of Chicago.
But we live in Chicago. But I have a lot of friends who live in Chicago, and they'll tell you the same thing. Just be smart and don't walk where you don't know where you are at 1 a.m, and chances are you're going to be fine, no matter what.
And if you are, make sure you look real crazy.
Yeah. Start talking to yourself now.
Or if you're in a questionable neighborhood, stay where the streetlights are still on. You know.
Or walk around naked.
Or
Nobody
just
wants
get
to mess with a
naked.
naked person.
But yeah,
All right, man.
In the steel, wherever you keep it, you know.
All right.
You know what I think we should do is we should go through the track listing of the record. How's that sound? I wish I had the record to play for everyone.
Digress, yes.
certainly.
Well, you know, everybody ring our bell in the chats. Take a walk down the. Do you say that word? Horrid halls.
Harrowed.
Harrowed.
Like a harrowing experience.
The harrowed halls.
Kumar.
So yeah, man. Dash, I love your bell.
I found a spot for it.
He did. He found a spot for
Damn
it.
sure did, dude, and I fucking love it, man. I found it. I found it. I wanted you to know.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All right, so Skyrider, man, that song opens the record. This record has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs with the Priest cover tune, right?
That's right, man.
8 originals.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Yeah, man, that's a real record. So it opens up with a song called Skyrider.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was doing today. I was out on a sky ride, man, enjoying this record.
Hell yeah.
Blowing like thunder and wind, a traveler with no destination. It was fucking awesome, dude, listening to that record, you know, out on the country roads, the big skies, man. I was sky riding with you guys today.
Kind of a ghost story, pretty much.
It is a ghost story. It's basically about a guy who...
It's about a biker, basically, who's cruising all over the place, and he doesn't really know where or why, but he's just going. And as the song goes on, he pulls up upon a bike accident. There's a biker dead in the middle of the road. He looks down, and it's him.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's like, oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying. You're telling me what I already know. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hey,
Sometimes
It's a much mouth over here.
yeah.
Is that me?
No, it's me.
No, you were in the song where you looked down at yourself and it was the biker and it was yourself.
Yep.
It's a sad, sad tale.
So he takes off to the sky. And it was awesome. There was a
That's the
painting.
name.
There's an old Easy Rider motorcycle painting by a guy, David Mann, that actually from the painting is where I got the idea for the song.
Shit.
It's a guy that was, he was taking
See,
off.
even we're learning more about our own
on-
songs still.
On a chopper. Yeah, I was watching something on YouTube about the artwork of Dave Mann. It was the coolest picture ever.
There you go.
So that's kind of where the song came from.
Hey, Casey, is your
Yep.
dad a musician also?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He's a
builder,
guitars too.
Does he play guitar? Did you grow up around his guitars?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I did.
I want to say first and foremost, Pops, thank you very much. Your son
Well,
is...
all the stuff that I play, anything you see in pictures, he's
I build
put his hands
most
on.
of his
He's
guitars
built.
I built. So
Yeah, he's a
Bill,
builder.
I've said this many times, Pops. I'm talking to you now, Pops. I've said this many times. It takes support. It really does. If your parents can get it and do what you've done, it shows. I'm not here telling you and everybody in the world that that your son is an exceptional guitar player, because he is, and it takes that. And again, I grew up with Daryl Abbott. When I say I grew up, like I went and I knocked on his door when I was 14 years old and he was 13. And I knew him, like we really grew up as teenagers together. And I saw his parents not not involved in his life so much, just supporting. That support makes the difference. I saw it in Daryl Abbott. I see it now in Casey Tremont. So, Pops, congratulations.
thank you. I always did what I could. Casey basically discovered guitar though on his own. Funny true story. I had an acoustic guitar laying around the house with like 4 strings. Basically,
What
When-
happened? You already give up? You already way down the boulevard of broken
What
dreams? or
kind
something?
of happened was, you know how it goes. Casey was born, then Casey has a brother.
I do know how it goes.
Sold basically all my shit because I had 2 kids and whatnot. I was going to eventually get back into it, which I did, but I had an acoustic with 4 strings. So I'm in the bathroom one day, and I had the radio on, and "Sympathy for the Devil" by the Rolling Stones was on, and I hear like no guitar playing along with it. And I'm like, that sounds kind of weird. And I come out of the bathroom. Casey was 4 years old, and he had got the guitar tuned, and he was playing on key along with it, and he didn't even really know anything about guitar, but he was doing it. And I'm like, oh, there's something special here, man. So I naturally, all of a sudden, guitars started showing up in the house. It went from 1 to 2 to 20, and then however many there are now.
The building started. The buildings.
Okay, well, y'all realize, everybody listening knows most parents say, "Turn that shit down."
I was like, turn that shit up. Turn it up, you fucking wuss. Basically,
that's what makes the difference, man.
It had to be loud, had to be right, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a metalhead my entire life, and I still am. And for an old fart, I've definitely stayed current with all the new stuff as well as the old stuff. So
what was your first concert, Pops?
First concert was actually Rush in Kansas at an ice arena in a suburban town. That was the first one. And the first concert that really kicked my ass. But I guess the first concert that really hit the biggest impact on me. UFO and Cheap Trick, and I discovered Michael Schenker, and the whole fucking world changed.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
Tour, and it was a fucking amazing.
What year?
77.
Yep. That's before me. Well, kick ass, man. Again, thanks for what you've done with supporting Casey and this band, because I'm I could be wrong. I'm not right about everything, but I believe that Casey's playing is exceptional. I believe that, George, you tell me, are you inspired by Casey? Is some of this rubbing off, just being there every day? It's the commitment, man, being in this environment.
Dude, I've got so much better trying to keep up with him. Like, he's a fucking beast, man.
I mean, that's
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
Someone where like you're forcing yourself to the top of your ability just to keep up. That should make you.
And then Casey shows up out of nowhere playing all the shit you never heard him play before. It's like, where the fuck did that come from?
I can't tell you how many telecasters they have.
Well, you finally catch up with him on the metal licks, and then he just pops out some jazz shit. Like, man, what the fuck?
He's chicken picking now. What do you know?
You're making me look like an asshole.
Yeah, Casey picks up a banjo and starts playing like fucking bluegrass out of nowhere. It's like, how the fuck? What are you?
No, I mean, anytime I've seen somebody hand Casey
Paddle
an
faster,
instrument,
boys.
someone will hand Casey an instrument, and he's just like playing it like he's been playing it his whole life.
Well, let's just do all of ourselves a favor and say, let's leave that bluegrass behind and keep it electric, baby.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
Bluegrass.
Hey, one of my favorite living guitarists is named Andy Wood, and he has one record that's like killer, like some of the best music, best guitar playing ever. One record. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee, and he's moved on. He plays guitar with some big country band.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, no bluegrass, Casey, man. Keep it metal, bro. What you're doing is good. We need you. The metal world needs you.
Bluegrass solo,
Electric tapping banjo.
A lot of my picking comes from a lot of that.
Okay,
My guitar actually comes from that.
And it's weird what you can pull from different styles of music and no one even knows what you're doing. They're like, oh, that's the best metal ever. Well, did you know? Okay, never mind.
I always kind of consider myself. I'm a guitar player that plays in a heavy metal band, but at the end of the day, I'm a guitar player.
A freak.
More so that, like, I put, try a little bit of everything.
They play bass.
Well, I'm just playing with you anyway. So I am interested. What do you play? What all do you fuck around with?
Piano, organ.
Really? Yep.
Yep.
Warden.
Bass,
and guitar, pretty
banjo,
much.
mandolin. Violin I suck at, but it's just funny because mandolin and violin are close, but mandolin is fretted. Cello a little bit. I play that more like a bass.
Bouzouki.
Bouzouki, yeah.
As does George.
Xylophone.
George does too.
Clavicle, clarinet,
skin flute.
Well, I mean, we all play that.
Yeah. Me better than most.
We got to do. We got
Are you guys having meetings on days when I'm not here?
Hey, where's this picture taken at here?
What are you talking about? You remember that one night?
Yeah, Chicago has a very rich musical history, from Frank Sinatra singing about it to Trent Reznor trying his best to get out of it. Does Chicago take pride in the artists that it has brought to the national scope?
I think on an individual level, yes.
To a point.
As a
Are you
whole,
talking about the Chicago Bears, or what are we talking about?
Talking about like Smashing Pumpkins,
Yeah.
you know,
music.
fucking Kanye West.
Yeah, I mean, if a band's really,
No,
or
I
a
don't
group
know.
is really, something, yeah, but I mean, I don't know, it's hard to quantify that. I feel like the people who are from Chicago that play are more proud of being, I don't know, it's a hard thing to really, because it's not something we really think about. I mean, I like the city. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a driving force in my musical life.
because like I said, we have
Dave Jarvis keeps trying to make you guys out to be city boys.
No. I'm just saying we here in North Texas, we take huge pride in even like Deep Blue Something actually making it and at least being a one-hit wonder. So I was just wondering if that same sentiment was extended up north.
Yeah, I would say no. No one gives a fuck about what anybody's doing.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many people in Chicago. It's like, if it doesn't affect you, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
There's no hospitality in Chicago.
No one cares.
Hey, I've been to Chicago a couple of times, and like going to the grocery store, you're like, buying whatever your shit is, and you're like, hey, how are you? And the cashier doesn't even acknowledge you.
That's
You know
The cashier doesn't even look at you. They're like, you can even be like, what the fuck, and they still don't acknowledge you.
People are more likely to talk to you on the south side of Chicago than the north side of Chicago, for sure.
Yes,
I can believe that.
Meanwhile, over here, you can go to the local Target, and that cashier will help you change your tire.
Yeah, no, they don't say hospitality.
No, I mean, I'll drive up to a McDonald's and they'll go, what?
We got shit to do. What are you doing? Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you know what you can do with your fucking Big Mac, don't you?
Move on.
We don't even own the ice cream machine.
Come on, guys. We gotta get that there going kind of quickly here. Don't be jagoffs. Come on, we got people waiting here.
I'll have a chocolate shake with no spit, please.
Thank you for putting us into perspective this evening, Munition.
It is what it is.
It's not wrong.
I don't be in here, even if
But we all love Chicago.
We love Chicago, but
not being in Chicago, but
everyone's a jagoff in Chicago. So.
That's part of the fun, because then you get to be a jagoff free of consequence.
Yeah.
And no one will think twice about it.
You got to toe the line because you might get shot.
I mean, if you're not a really sarcastic, cynical person, you're pretty much dead in Chicago. If you don't have thick skin,
Thank God we got plenty of them right here.
Sarcastic, you're pretty much.
That's why Chicago's the it's the
Thank you,
cynical
Renee.
part of the
Thank you.
musical scene in the United States. We're the kings of the underground.
Enjoy it, my man.
Every band is underground except for the few bands that made it out. And Big One hasn't done that since what? Cheap Trick.
Sticks and Cheap Trick. REO Speedway, those guys.
Whoa, Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Pumpkins.
We'll give Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam.
All right, so there it is. This is Renee here of Hedonistic Punk Vatos. Just bought your CD. That's kick ass.
Yes.
Thank you, Renee.
Enjoy it.
It's already stopped.
Or don't.
This is your record.
Is that wrong?
Just love it.
I think that he will love it. And with that, anybody else interested in buying this, all you have to do is go over to Bandcamp. You can purchase it right there. You can also pick up a T-shirt. And if you would like to, is there any other way that we can
buy
buy this CD?
water in free.
Like Dash, can I Venmo you like $20 and you send me a CD?
I don't know if you saw the message before this. Jory actually sent you that.
Yeah, I was trying to send you some music, and it was being a pain in the ass, so I just did the gift
No
the CD.
way.
I sent a downloadable version of the album, which will give you the MP3s and all that fun stuff.
All right. Well, let me check that out. Dave Jarvis, Ariel, ask a question while I check this out.
So long hair, don't care. Life decision.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it just kind of grew, and I never cut it, and then I just got stuck with it. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just roll with it.
I was almost a cue ball up until high school.
Yeah, no, I mean, we all kind of just heads. It was funny because we kind of told George, it's like, if you're gonna join the band, you gotta have long hair, because he had short hair when he got out of college.
You guys kind of kidnapped me and forced me to grow, which I don't.
Yeah, we did.
We tied him to the radiator.
You're gonna join our band whether you like it or not.
So we tied him to the radiator, forced him to grow his hair.
Yeah.
You're not leaving here.
I watched until his hair grew.
He stood there and watched his hair grow.
So my head is perfectly circular. So if I shaved my head, it would just be a perfect sphere, you know? It'd be weird.
Hello, new man.
I don't know you. That's funny. I love it.
Yeah, we're all vain, but we also don't care.
Well, circuits are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a haircut that was fucked up when I was like 14.
Yeah, haircuts cost a lot of money.
No, seriously, like I think it was
These
like
are tough
junior
times.
year, I got a haircut, and it was all fucked up. They like did all this weird like Justin Bieber shit because that was popular at the time. They gave me like this swoopy bullshit haircut, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm never doing that again."
It's expensive, and times are tough.
Did the place still have a front window the next morning, or did you?
I was still young.
Yeah, that was before
It was before my vandalism.
the alley took over. Yeah, before the vandalism days.
He just scribbled some obscenity in the bathroom stalls.
Yeah, I was juggling bricks and one got away.
Oh, that's where my brick went. I was looking for that.
There's a lot of scissors in here. It'd be a shame.
Hey, speaking of that, Monaco, his parents own a barber shop there. They actually own a barber school there in Chicago.
See that? I didn't know.
See, they fucked up my hair. You should. I don't know what you're talking about.
And John never used to get haircuts, really, so I never really knew.
I'm not playing Johnny Monaco, the guitar player I was talking about earlier. He's a badass guitar player. His folks own a fucking school there in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
A haircutting school.
Okay.
So he's a licensed hairdresser himself. It's his scissors he's got flying around there in Chicago.
Just go steal them.
Helen Keller did his, you know.
Right. She did a great bang-up job, too.
All right, well, I'm going to say thank you. I was able to download this, but I had to have this under 30.
What's that?
I'm sorry, say it again?
This file has to be under 30 megabytes, I believe is what it is. And so I have to take it to another page and shrink it and all that stuff. So everybody's just going to have to go listen to it, and I will get it set up and play it.
We're nothing but trouble.
What's that?
We're nothing but trouble. Even some of you doesn't work right.
Hey, you're our kind of trouble.
Really dysfunctional.
You played on YouTube.
I did.
You're our kind of trouble. Hey, man, speaking of that, tell us about some of these songs. Who wrote these songs? Who's the main lyricist in the band?
Well, man wrote Skywriter, and he wrote. I wrote pretty much
all of them.
My Streamer Deceiver, obviously.
All right, let's go through
uh,
the songs real quick and get everybody a reason to go buy the record. The first song, Skywriter, we already talked about, which has these dueling lead guitars. Which did you write that song? Is that?
Hey, you did, didn't you? Yeah.
You riff so.
Yeah. That riff,
the first riff, the intro riff that we played came with him, and as I was saying, it just snowballed from
we
there.
Wanted to throw a thin Lizzy
came with something, and then
like, yeah.
he came in with another thing, and
the dual guitar, kind of a thin Lizzy kind of intro. You were kind of.
I came up with a progression for the guitar solo, so it's all just everything that we do is pretty much just a combination of all of our efforts musically.
Yeah, we literally get
well, the builds in all the songs are amazing. That one especially, the guitars, the way the guitar solo comes in always. But again, that song, it's your first song. It's kick-ass. Tell us about Horrid Halls and the the Dash Bell.
That song is about a dude who wanders into an abandoned insane asylum, and then progressively starts hearing voices and ends up stuck in the insane asylum.
It's a harrowing experience.
There you go. It is harrowing, and it's another great song. It starts out with a good bass line.
That kind of came after the rest of the song. We kind of had the whole song ready, and then we just I was kind of just goofing around before we started playing, and I just it just ended up developing into the thing that we did for the intro of the song.
That was interesting to record because we recorded like 6 different basses for that.
Yeah, I had a big old idea for that, and it didn't pan out the way. So, but it was you know, I got what I wanted pretty much out of it. So.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Corey, I tell you what, man, when I get those songs to where I can have them uploaded and play them, you guys should all come back on again in a couple of months, and we'll play each song and talk about it. Really, they're that good. I'd be honored if you would.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we got no problem with that.
All right, song number 3, System 32. Another heavy song, a little different. It's unique.
Yeah, that one's definitely our, I guess you could say, poppiest song.
Who came up with the music for that one?
That was Casey.
I came up with the
Casey.
Yeah, don't call that pop. You're going to mislead people calling that pop.
It's
These are fucking metal, dude. This is metal. This is like extreme metal, dude. Really.
Hey, man, people like songs. They like to hum a song. But that song's about.
So what's it about? Yeah.
Well,
System 32. It's a very interesting
phrase, actually.
Well, so the lyrics that we ended up with, so like Dean had a couple lyrics. They had kind of like hashed this with a few other singers, and it kind of wasn't making a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But he had a couple of words throughout what he had written and a couple of phrases that I really liked. So he just gave me the lyrics, and then I just took it and reworked it so it fit the meter a little better.
And then
added,
a phrase
shit in
and of itself.
So it's definitely a mix of me and Dean on that one because I was using a lot of some of his phrasing from his original lyrics. But it's just about like social media and how it just kind of fucks everybody up.
It's about the falseness of it, basically, and how people are living in it like it's reality. But it's really anyone knows. You have 2,000 friends on Facebook, but you're really friends with maybe 25 people totally out of all. It's just about this bogus life people have created
for themselves
and
and
social media and stuff, and how it's kind of taken over everything.
And that's the name of it.
There you go.
Corporations manipulating people's psychology.
And the name System 32. System 32 is is what runs your computer.
Yeah,
it's the actual program.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So that's just I just wrote this for a name, and I'm like, oh well, that's a term I've heard. Being friends with nerds. And I just said, well, that's fitting, because it's kind of what runs our lives right now. So it's just a fun play on words that we went with.
Is there a narrative through line with? Is there a theme to the order of these songs?
The order is just what we felt went smoothly. We kind of went through different.
It's more of a flow thing musically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we wanted at just the night amount. You'll get a, for example, a fast song here. Then we'll slow it down. We'll speed it back up, or we'll get something with kind of a dramatic, parts of the record.
Yeah, we just
we threw songs, kind of did it that way. Yeah, kind of a flow.
Oh, okay. So you based it more on dynamic than on a through line or anything.
all standalone songs with their own standalone story, if you will. But
I would say in general, when you're putting together songs for a record, I mean, unless you've made a concept album where it needs to go in an order, you're always trying to like make sure that, if you have songs that you feel like are like the top songs, and then you got a few that are kind of in the middle, you always kind of want to line it up so that it keeps attention as long as it possibly can.
Yeah.
Just so that you never feel
It's
like
kind of grab
you don't want
the
like
listener.
two
You
or
want
three
the
slow
listener.
songs after each other. You don't want to start off with your heaviest, fastest song because then
Right.
you
Use
climax
everything
before
up.
the end before the whole record.
Yeah, you do your best to layer it so that it's like taking them on a trip rather than just being like, here's.
I don't know, man. I think that's a little bit like asking, how did Anthrax arrange the order of spreading the disease or something? Really, all these songs are heavy, bro. All these songs are heavy, is what I'm saying. Skyrider, heavy. Hot Road Halls, it's got some slower parts, not slow, just it's got like the bass. It's heavy. System 32, heavy. The next song's called Shattered Mountains, heavy. It's a heavy fucking song, dude. All right, so get the theme here, Dave Jarvis. The next song's called Shattered Mountains. So if System 32 is the Matrix, these guys have shattered the mountains on track 4.
All right. I'm hip. Cool.
My favorite one.
Yeah.
That's actually a song.
I mean, Jimi Hendrix, he knocked it down with the palm of his hand. These fuckers are shattering the mountains.
Hell yeah.
Those damn warlords.
One stone at a time.
Yeah, that was just about a clan.
Godless warlords.
A clan of godless warlords who built a colossal being that destroyed the earth.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. He wakes from the mountains and fucking.
And in turn,
just kicks a mountain right in its balls.
This is a wonderful theme that we experienced a couple of weeks ago with Tyrannical Deception. And it's also like the theme of Pink Floyd The Wall, in a sense. It's this whole demigod being risen up and like having to come to terms with itself.
Except literally.
Which brings up track number 5. Highway of
Like I said, that riff, we had that main riff was something that was written eons ago.
Yeah, that's the oldest riff. The riff that starts off that song.
My high school band. That was a high school band.
That was
that riff
about
so that's an old riff, huh?
Fighting the car.
Well, a lot of these songs were from the earlier maybe Shocker days.
That one long was long before even Shocker. Like
The lyrics
way back.
The lyrics to that were
called Highway of Nightmares. The vocal build up on this is probably the most intense. I mean, the vocal, all of these songs build, right? They all build. They all are climatic. And the vocals are part of that. But this might be the song that has like some pretty wild vocal builds.
Yeah, I mean the lyrics were actually at the time that they sent me. Literally, they sent it to me, and I'm sitting there and I'm playing the Mad Max video game. So that was kind of where those lyrics came from.
Pretty so those lyrics when you listen like pretty solid.
What are you gonna write a book about?
I was like writing it while I was playing with the other hand.
Pretty self-explanatory lyrics.
So the way that they originally proposed the music to me, the thing that's the chorus, "Am I a man or a machine?" That whole bit was for something else. It was like a pre-chorus, or they had a different arrangement. But then when I heard that riff, I was like, "No, dude, that's the fucking shit right there." So I just got to double that and lean into that, and that really paid off.
Yeah, and then that's another part of it. Sometimes we go, however long with a musical idea, a song in mind, and then right at the last minute, it just. Well, this actually could sound a little bit better if we did it this way, and then that's how it ends up. So
that's happened.
Hey, Hori, real quick, let me interject. If you go over to the Bandcamp website or a Munition page, you can hear all the songs there, and all the lyrics are there with each song.
That's right.
I forgot.
That's right.
Cool.
So thanks for doing that.
Maybe about that. I forgot I did that.
Yeah, thanks for doing it.
Did you get
All
it
right,
right?
so track number 6, everybody. I got to tell you that if there is a commercial song on this record, and I hate to call it that because it's not commercial at all, it's fucking metal. But if there's a song that had radio potential, you know, it would be this. It's called Phoenix Rise. Tell me about this song.
That one broke my
That was-
fucking brain.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
We gave him a major key, and he was like, "What the
that
fuck?"
drove me nuts, man. I love the way it turned out, but like I'm in
I remember
general
agonizing over.
I like
writing
harmonic minors. I like the dark sounds. So they give me this major chorus, this big epic like Iron Maiden style chorus, and I was just like, my brain was like, "Fuck!"
But you did it.
I have no idea. And it worked
Well,
out. though.
it's like
Yes, one major key. Here you go.
No, and then I had to get rewritten like twice before I figured it out.
it's the simplest song on the record. It might be a good way to put it. I think of a lot of these arrangements. The bands I'm aware of are like Halloween.
That's
I
kind
hear
of with that
I hear a
song.
lot of those kind of arrangements.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of Priest, like maybe Painkiller era arrangements more than earlier style arrangements.
Yeah. The arrangements, I think it's like old school,
That makes sense.
yeah, like old Priest riffing with later Priest arrangements. That
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see.
But this song is the one that's a little simpler. It's not. It doesn't. It's got the build. It's just. It's a little simpler than the rest.
Yeah, we wanted.
Yeah,
we
more
kinda
It's still a great song, and I
wanted
just want you guys to know that my ears heard it. This song is fucking killer. It's called Phoenix Rise.
Appreciate it. Phoenix. Two.
All right, so the next song is killer too, man. It's your own classic, really. The next
Yeah.
song is a classic. It's a classic song. People will be listening to this next song forever. It's called Beyond the Visions.
the inspiration to the album and the album artwork.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, I mean, more so the album title, because we're racking our brains trying to figure out what the album title was going to be. And then,
It's right there.
then we're just like,
Just call
it Visions. And then Casey's Pops came up with the album art concept, and we found this fantastic artist
Amazing
that we
artist.
know,
St.
Lauren
Louis.
Dornick.
Yeah, based
Well,
out of St. Louis.
I think she moved back now. But,
At the time,
yeah.
Where's she at?
She's under Lauren Gornick. That's the name she uses for her.
amazing artist. She's done artwork for
Oh yeah, man. This artwork is fucking phenomenal, dude. Look at that.
Yeah,
she
really knocked
nailed
out of the
it.
park. And basically, it's just a fortune teller and whatever, maybe the 18th or 17th century, looking in and seeing what
Kind
we.
of Sabotage looking almost.
Yeah, I could say that. I mean, they always had great album covers.
She basically
Oh, yeah,
sees
man.
the blast in the ball and she's freaking out.
and then it's happening.
And it's
in the
happening
background
as
as
she
it's
sees
going
it.
on.
That's why everything.
What do you think, Dave Jarvis? You see it there?
Huh?
Dave
Oh, yeah.
Jarvis, the host
Oh
of
yeah,
the show.
looks lovely, man.
It's the CD cover right there. You see this chick?
How
She's
much
like,
did you pay for that?
$10. Oh, for the album cover.
$10.
Yeah, I can't remember honestly.
400.
Something like that. A few hundred.
But
All
yeah,
right.
amazing.
You done good. You done really
Yeah.
good, boy.
She
Gotta get us.
the glass looks good too. It's important.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
it's
glass.
really not
cut
on
on
the
the
part.
plate.
She's one of the, she's one of the greats. I compare her to the likes of iconic people like Storm Thorgerson or Hypnosis or any of those
She's
iconic.
really good. Does a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
think as time goes on, people are really gonna she's gonna be heralded as one of the, the people
Everybody's
to
good
do
at
art for
anything
bands.
Hypnosis has ever done or any of those.
Well, part of what Dave was getting at, and I'm gonna say, is thank you for taking the time to do that. We're all gonna thank you for a long time to come. You're doing it all right. So thank you.
You're so
You.
Thank you for
Right,
having
Dave Jarvis? Isn't that what I'm talking about? You got to do shit right. And that's what they did. That's a
Damn
good
right.
fucking record cover right there. What
And we
about that
salute you.
t-shirt?
If I had to actually say for the song for Beyond This Vision, this is probably, in my personal opinion, my favorite of all the guitar work on this record that I did. That's probably my favorite one. Which
Okay,
actually,
well, I
was the
agree.
don't
I
always
think
have to
it's
be
your
fast.
epic song, dude. It's a killer song. I mean, all the songs on this record are killer, right? That Beyond the Visions it's your dreamer.
Yeah, I think musically that's our best effort on this record.
I heard it. Yeah, I hear it.
That's yeah.
Hey man, I listened to that song like 5 times today, you know. Loud on 11.
Cool.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thanks a lot, man.
So that brings us to the Watchtower, the heaviest song on the record, which we already talked about. But
Final original song.
We're from
Yeah.
Texas.
That's about a watchtower that watches.
Watchtower? What? Not the band?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's a
How many of them
tower.
happen to be watching this?
It's a tower that watches.
It's a tower in a graveyard.
Hey, did you see that? Did you see that Watchtower reformed?
Do they
I did
really?
not.
Yeah, dude.
Do they have the original singer that dude from Dangerous
No,
Toy?
with Jason. With Jason, yeah. Yeah, dude. You know, Jason's doing
I did
all
not
kinds of shit.
Too bad Chuck's not around to see that. That was
Bro.
his favorite band.
Some festival probably offered them, you know, $20,000 or something. They got together and said, "Sure, we will reform." You know,
That's
or 50,000, whatever the dollar amount was. But yeah, Watchtower.
Like, just get the check.
Yeah.
Well, bro, I think it's appropriate because I think even that band, that guitar player would be very, like, he'll like your guitar playing in that song. Like they'd go, goddamn, somebody's gonna do Watchtower. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so then the way that y'all bonded was with as a band with Sil is Dreamer Deceiver, Jesus Priest. That's the final song on the record.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I said,
That was fun. to
obvious
record.
reason we wanted to put it on there because it's like this is not too many bands that do Priest covers do that song. That's not one you hear a lot of bands.
Yeah.
takes
That one-
Honestly, that was kind of us peacocking in a way, especially with his vocal.
Not a lot of singers could just
Yeah,
up
yeah,
and sing like that.
Yeah. So that was kind of us doing that for sure.
How much do y'all got to pay the record company to play that song?
We have licensing through a website that does the a lot of like licensing like that. It's not exactly. I don't know. We're still looking into getting that 100% like locked in. So we're kind of hoping like, hey, look at this great song we covered of you guys. How do we go
Hey,
about it?
Albert, Rob, how you doing, Metal God?
Yeah, you're the reason we
Give us
do this.
Give us our blessing. Give us your blessing, so we don't have to worry about this anymore.
What the license?
I don't know about the dollar amounts, boys, but I can tell you person to person that Rob fucking Metal God Halford would love your music, man.
We hope
Come
so.
on. Yeah, man. I loved it. I love it, dude. It's etched in my heart. Like I can't wait to listen to it again. Right? Hey, Dash, you hear that, bro? I can't wait to listen to it
That's
again,
awesome.
man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I fucking love it, man. And I think that anyone like me, if they just, the key is listening to it, right? You have to listen to it. You got to want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone who listens to it's gonna enjoy it.
Listen.
Otherwise, you can't hear it.
Hey, well, there's a lot of people listening. That's the good news, you know. A fucking 80s metal is you know, having a whole reformation right now. Has been for a couple of years.
Yeah, people love it.
And it's not stopping. And I hate saying that to you young men here. Hey, let's get a ages. Do y'all mind? What's the youngest age and the oldest age in the band?
He's the youngest. George is the youngest.
27.
Oldest?
34.
Man, come on. You guys are kids. You guys are kids. Really,
Kids
that's why I'm, putting it in this context. You guys are kids making killer classic metal music, but you've taken it to another level. It's not the same as what it was in that classic 80s era. You guys are doing something new with it. As far as what I know, if there are other bands, like I heard someone mention a band called Agent Steel and said, oh, it reminds me of that. Well, I don't know that band as well, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
But something tells me that Agent Steel guitar player is not able to play as well,
There's another band around our area, and you want to talk great guitar playing. Sorry, it's a band called Idle Throne.
Idle Throne.
That we were privileged to play 3 different times with.
They're great.
Yeah, they're fucking quite really good cats. They're really great players.
Fucking
really
amazing.
Great players. Great.
We'll have Dash send you over a link to their music. You probably
you want to hear guitar work?
Those guys.
Holy shit!
Those guys are a lot of fun.
Yeah, these guys are the real. They're for real.
They're badass.
Fun to play with, man. Those guys just light it up, man.
All right. So I am not surprised at all for you guys to share another band with me. I appreciate that without me even having to ask. Now, this is the miracle of StreamYard here.
Technology. Yep, that's the guys.
That's the boys.
Yeah, great players, man. You're going to love them.
Now, something tells me they're death metal.
Nope. Not even close.
Nope. Okay, cool. All right, let's Idle Throne, Raven's Blade live at Reggie's.
Great job.
Let's get Reggie here.
They made a great album.
It's mainly that guitarist I want to hear.
Both of them. They're fucking trill.
Okay, I can hear it, man. I can hear it.
Yeah, you should check them out.
Mostly that guitarist I want to hear if you're recommending him.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of those cats are just.
They're a pair of fucking good players.
Yeah, definitely.
Every time we play with them, we're like, oh man, we gotta get our shit together. We gotta go on.
It's
we
funny,
gotta follow
the
this.
same way when they play with us, so it's like funny, but yeah, they're a great band.
They keep us on our toes, and I guess we reciprocate. So I mean, there you go.
So what's in the near future for Munition?
More shows.
Yeah, fucking
11:30, man.
More shows.
Yeah.
Bigger shows, more shows.
Get out to other states.
Travel a little bit.
I want so badly to write more songs.
More songs, which we got coming. We got some good ones coming.
I'm very excited to hear.
Well, just know if you decide to tour, you have a home here in North Texas.
Thank you,
man. That's nice to know.
I got new bands too, fuckers.
Make sure my AC in my car works before I come.
Put a rattlesnake down Dash's pants.
It's a balmy 104 on a good day. You'll be all right.
Hey guys,
They look kind of familiar.
Bunch of hippies.
We got a bunch of Jesus guys on stage or something.
Jesus is all around us, didn't you know?
Music, I hear music.
Mark.
Oh, yeah. I hear it so clear.
What's happening right now?
Oh, it's live water.
This whole time I feel like I'm in some kind of fucking fever.
I was like,
Yeah,
It's all.
Is that the intro that got all goofed up because they started playing it after everybody was already on stage?
Yeah, you probably want to skip forward.
It just looked really fucking
awkward.
Is this Reggie's?
No, that's a live wire. This is a little dive called Live Wire, which is
Great.
fat ass too. They cater to heavy metal. It's a little dive
Great
bar.
little dive bar. We
And
almost
I
forgot to mention
fucking
that.
love it.
Best dive bar in the city.
Easily.
Dave Hornack, one of the coolest guys around.
Who
Hey,
knows?
when is this? What's the date of this show? It's 2023.
This was January 28th of this year. That was our album release concert, actually.
You might want to skip ahead though some because there's like a good deal of whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah.
That's Skyrider, right?
His head like some idiot.
Yeah, the album is on YouTube.
What do you think, Dave Jarvis?
Well, it's tough to tell from these speakers, but from what I can demise, yeah, it sounds really good.
If you
That's
look
the
up,
problem with phone speakers and phone microphones and shit.
You don't record good.
there's a channel. There's a channel that is on the full album that you can listen to. What the hell's the channel?
New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal.
New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal, yeah.
Yeah.
NWOTHM full albums.
Yeah, if you look up Munition Visions full album, it'll
pop right up.
And that
you'll
channel
see.
is fucking great if you're looking for like traditional heavy metal.
And a lot of newer bands that are on that channel.
Most bands from around the world
Like weekly.
that fit into that. You know, some of the bands, not everything's in English, not whatever, but most of it is fantastic.
Yeah. Worldwide.
Wonderful. Well, gentlemen, we've reached the end of our 2 hours together. I must say, I've had a wonderful time. Thank y'all very much. I have one more question I want to ask each individual, and then I want to ask all of Munition. Starting from the top left, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to die a human death.
How do I want to be remembered? I want to be
It
remembered
doesn't need to make sense, all right?
As somebody that made a difference in the world.
You already have. My country drive today was great.
I know.
There you go. No need to stick around.
Yep.
If I'm being honest, I have no idea. Haven't thought about that much. Don't plan to find it anytime soon either. But I think I just want to kind of impact people's lives enough to kind of just not so much live immortally, but have like what I believe constantly pass down through generations, just kind of go on till the end of time. It sounds kind of nuts, but I think the concept is kind of cool about that.
Yes, I love that.
Mine is I want to make as many albums as I can be proud of before I die.
Ah, man after my own heart. I love that.
That's right.
I want to die in a back alley, puddle of beer, choke to death on my own puke. No.
Somebody else's puke.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody else's vomit. That's how I want to go down. No. I don't know. Basically, I'm kind of a
Red wine of your manager.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody can shove a bottle of red wine down your throat like your fucking manager.
There you go. No, I just I don't know. I just kind of want to be remembered as I don't know, a cool guy who plays guitar and just kind of did shit. That's the best way I could put it. And it's not something I really think of either. But yeah, just a guy remembered as a good guy who played guitar and did shit.
Good deal.
I just want to be remembered. I want my name to go down in the annals of history and not just be forgotten after I'm dead and after the people that I knew died. That's pretty much it.
And if his name doesn't get remembered,
I want my name in a history book somehow, some way.
Your mullet will do all of that.
That isn't like, oh, he just ran over like 30 people. Like, in a good
Well, this episode has made you immortal. So,
yeah,
Munition,
that's
how does
immortal in some form or fashion.
Right, and how does Munition want to be remembered?
Kick-ass metal band.
As the band that was handed the baton.
And also,
the cricket.
And also band that can't be put in any specific category.
A unlabelable, like he said, an unlabelable. I just invented my own word. Unlabelable. I'm pretty sure I just invented my own word. An unlabelable band.
Well, boys, you have the baton. Now run with that shit.
We will.
Well, thank you for having us,
and we'll be back.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Ariel. You guys.
Later.
You're awesome.
I love you.
Dash, thanks for driving it hard, baby.
Yep.
It's good to have y'all on tonight. Everybody needs to go on over to the Munition Band Camp and buy that record. If you want to support,
and free. And a pile of blood.
I haven't seen a dude
if
before.
you want to support, Blow Your Brains Out, and Outlaw Video TV, Dave Jarvis, myself, Ariel of Against All Odds. The best way to do that is to go purchase that record like Hedonistic Punk Vatos, like Rainey did.
That's pretty fun.
Hey.
That's very fun. These guys are cool.
There's no better way to support us than doing that. The other way is, of course, number one with joints.
Hey, Trey, who you read all the time?
Smoking hot. Blow your brains out every Wednesday night. Outlaw Video TV.
If you just get up after it's done, you can just read it.
Yeah, you could scroll.
I don't think there's much after these.
No, there isn't.
Nope.
What you see right now is what's up.
Hey, Munition guys.
Yes, sir.
Y'all come back in a couple of months.
Oh yeah,
definitely. We'll do.
We'll be back.
Like we're doing so kick ass, man. We're booked up for like a month at a time now.
Hey, good for you guys. That's awesome.
It is.
Well, it's have a nice more per mullet for you to look at.
Oh, perm. That's butt streets. Maybe a dress.
Hey, fuckers. It's not just us that it's good for. It's all the bands that we support. You know, that's what this is all about, man. I really love what I'm doing here together with you guys tonight. I live for fucking music. Like, I love music. Yeah.
Visions by Munition. Buy it now.
Yes, sir. And again, get free.
I really want you guys to come back in a couple of months and we'll do a follow-up, but we'll also listen to the songs together because I'd enjoy doing that together with you guys.
We'll do that. To be continued.
All right. Well, before we absolutely end the show, we're going to do a weekly concert calendar. Woo-hoo. You guys want to hang around for that, or y'all want to say good night to our audience?
We're going to have to say good night.
That's what I thought. Respectfully, man, I want to say we love you from the bottom of our fucking hearts. From
same to you guys.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Ricky, I have another segment that I would like to introduce before we get to concert calendar, if that would be okay.
Absolute.
Okay. Well, cool. So right now, I would like to introduce Music Trivia by Rick and Dave. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week, currently today is June 21st, 2023. This week in music history, June 20th, 1989, Faith No More releases the album The Real Thing, which has the epic first single, Epic.
What?
If it hadn't been for that album, we would not have new metal. Process that however you would like to.
Man, I give you that. Yeah.
I as somebody whose high school existence, my high school existence was 1997 to 2001. I am fully aware of nu metal and all of its trappings and excesses. So it has a special place in my heart, but I understand why people wouldn't like that style of music. But still, even if you don't like even if you don't like nu metal, Faith No More, The Real Thing is an amazing album that I think everybody should check out. Also, this month, 40 years ago, in this month, June 4th, Motorhead releases Another Perfect Day. A week later, June 10th.
Bro, that was a crazy record. You know, Brian Robinson, a shout out to our guest tonight. Brian Robinson, guitar player for Thin Lizzy, he played guitar on that record.
No shit. That's fucking awesome.
Like, I lived this, Dave Jarvis. Like, I was a Motorhead fan, right? Like,
right.
I found Motorhead on Ace of Spades when they opened for Blizzard of Oz in 1981. So on my ticket, when I bought it, it said Blizzard of Oz, special guest opening Motorhead. So I'm like, what is Motorhead? Let's go down to the record store and check it out. Well, Ace of Spades record was there, so I bought it. And it was killer, right? Fucking Ace of Spades.
Oh, yeah. Great fucking album. So a week later, June 10th, Pantera releases Metal Magic.
Oh, Brian Robinson from Thin Lizzy. That's where that story was, man. Is Brian Robinson gave Lemmy such a hard time, man, because I don't know, but that record is a great record. And the one before it is called Iron Fist. That's the last record with Fast Eddie Clarke, and it's the record after Ace of Spades. So if you're a fan of Ace of Spades, which everyone is, right? Like this, everyone's favorite Motorhead record. Go back and listen to the old Motorhead, including Iron Fist. That record's killer. And so is another Perfect Day. And then after that, you know, Lemmy couldn't deal with Brian Robinson, and that's when he moved on.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. June 20th, Iron Maiden releases The Trooper. This is all in the same month, 1983, June. And then a week later, June 27th, Twisted Sister releases You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. How about that? Crazy fucking month right there.
Rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was some music trivia.
The 80s were great, man. The 70s were the best, right? I mean, if you got to live the 70s, which I did, in the streets, you know, Dave Jarvis, our host of Blow Your Brains Out, you know, like I enjoyed the streets of the 70s, you know, and the early 80s. And then the 80s were great, man. And the rest has sucked ever since.
Okay. Well,
of course, I met you.
Well, very good.
And
I like to introduce people to different shit.
Right,
I also have the week ending June 18th, 1994 modern rock tracks from Billboard. I got the top 20 if you're interested. If not, it's all good. No worries. Would anybody be interested in trying to guess anybody that was on this list?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Modern rock tracks from Billboard, week ending June 18th, 1994. Does anybody have a guess as to who would make this list for the top 20 of Billboard, June 1994?
Without anything else?
Just the bands. What bands were popular in 1994?
Oh, bro. I mean, to me, Pantera, you know, but they were breakthrough. From there, I have to say, was like Nirvana out yet?
Nirvana was already gone by that point.
What?
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I will just start from
94?
Yeah, for June 1994. Yes, sir.
God
Because
damn.
that was actually a week or two before Far Beyond Driven was released. So yes,
Wow.
Pantera would
God
not have any
damn.
tracks on here.
My 90s are
All right.
motherfucker.
Right. So I'll just start from the bottom. Number 20, James, Say Something. Number 19, Seal, Prayer for the Dying. Number 18, Sarah McLachlan, Possession. This is really feeling weak. Number 17, Tori Amos, Cornflake Girl. I don't know any of these songs. Okay,
I can sing some Seal.
Yeah. Now we're getting into stuff that I know. Number 16, Gin
Ariel, thank
Blossoms.
you.
Number 16, Gin Blossoms, Until I Fall Away. That was a great song. That was a beautiful fucking song. Number 15, Stone Temple Pilots, Vaseline.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
All right. Number 14,
I'm not the biggest STP fan, but yeah, Vaseline rocks.
Right. Number 14, 9 Inch Nails, Closer. I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal.
Really? Did they?
I think they did.
94.
Number 13, Sonic Youth, Bull in the Heather. Number 12, Violent Femmes, Breaking Up. Number 11, Erasure, Always. All right, top 10. Here we go. Number 10, Counting Crows. Round here, always stand up straight. It's a beautiful song when you get into it. Number 9, Blur, Boys and Girls, which was boys who like girls, who dig boys, that dig girls. It was a dance song. Number 8, Stone Temple Pilots, Big Empty. That was the song for The Crow. Time to take her home, or that whole thing. Number 7, Offspring, Come Out and Play.
Come out and play.
Number 6, Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
That is a like a tip or a influence to Warriors. Warriors, come out and play.
Is there number 6, Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun? Number 5, top 5. Pretenders, Night in My Vein. Yes, sir. Number 4 was Collective Soul, Shine. Dun, 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 dun. Heaven, let your light shine down. Number 3.
I ain't hating that, man.
It's a great song. Number 3 was Live, Selling the Drama. Number 2 was Green Day, Longview. Sit around and watch the tube, but nothing's on. All right, number 1. Does anybody want to take a guess as to who was number 1 with that list?
The first thing that came to my mind is not a song, but the band, and it's that band out of Australia,
Silverchair.
Yeah, them.
That was a year after.
God damn,
it's close.
Ariel, would you like to take a yes?
I have no idea because you already said Green Day, and I imagined it was going to be Green Day, but you said that was number 2. So
okay, is like Ugly Kid Joe way before that?
Ugly Kid Joe was probably a year before that.
Chili Peppers?
No, not Chili Peppers. Viewers at home, do you have a guess?
Hey, how about anybody in the chats? I'm not even paying attention. Hey, Dave Jarvis, in the future, this is a great episode or part of this to involve people in the chats.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt the interview, but I was like, some good shit has happened at this time years past.
Bro, Them dudes could have talked all goddamn night long. I think
Yes, they could have.
I think we did them a favor by letting them go.
That's cool. That's what we do.
I'd like to
we
talk
do
to
people
them
favors.
more. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Y'all ready?
Jane's Addiction.
No, sir. Ariel, one last guess.
God, I don't know. Britney Spears. I'm just throwing shit out there at this point.
1994, she was still a Mickey Mouse member.
I told you at this point, I'm just throwing things out here.
I feel you. I understand. Number 1, With a Bullet, Toad the Wet Sprocket, Fall Down.
Damn it.
The song was Fall Down. By the way, that is an amazing song that I think everybody should hear at least once before they die.
By the way, I was 4 in 94. Not even quite 4.
Oh, you look great. Well, you should check out that song in commemoration.
Bet your buttons I will in the morning.
Very good. Very good. Ricky, are you familiar with that song?
I am slightly. Yeah, I know Toad the Wet Sprocket. You know, I know some of those one-off shoot bands. That's how I think of them.
Yeah.
They have
I know. You and I are from different generations, so this means a lot more to me than it does to you. So I understand.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Well, that's part of what makes this interesting, right? I mean,
totally.
I could write the book on the new wave of British heavy metal, you know.
Oh yeah. Dude, the month of metal albums that I mentioned, I've only heard the Iron Maiden album.
Like I critique the school of rock, you know. Who can do that?
Only you, baby.
Yeah, I'd sit in the same goddamn fucking room with Jack Black. We'd talk.
Oh, dude, I'd suck his dick.
I'm
And
just
with that,
saying-
we
I'm
got
just
the
saying
concert
with
calendar with our friend Ariel. What's going on this week, Ariel?
Lots of stuff. Lots of shows.
Well,
What
we
we
got
do this
a little show with a little band called Dank.
Oh, Dank. We know all about Dank. This one is going to be next week, June 30th. Playing with Sharpie and the P-Town Skanks. Is that all one word?
Yeah, dude. The P-Town Skanks are fucking amazing.
That's exciting.
If you like the late 90s ska revival stuff, this is right up your alley.
All right.
Check out where it's at, Ariel, while I grab my beer.
Growl. I still want to go there. I still want to play there at some point.
It's very punk rock. There's no stage. You're playing on the same level as your audience. You're surrounded by vinyl and cassette tapes and VHS. It's like High Fidelity, the concert.
All right. So it's a very intimate setting. I like it.
It's at the Growl over there. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and then they share a dining space with Division Brewing. So if you want some craft beer, you just go right across the parking lot. And they usually have a food truck out there, so you got the best of 3 worlds.
Oh, nice.
And not just any kind of craft beer, if I might add. Some of Texas' very best craft beer. The kind of craft beer that either keeps you alive, or if you're a little tired, it might knock your ass out.
Oh, you will definitely question your existence by the end of the night.
I question it every day.
I guess one of the cool things is somebody
That's
like
why we love you, Ariel.
Somebody like me might be walking by to pick your ass up off the fucking ground.
Oh, touche.
Are you going to give me mouth to mouth? And do I got to pay for it?
Well, or as I started to say, or go inside and say CPR.
Well, I'm certified, so I got you.
Nice.
No, that's my whole point. Like, the last thing I would ever do, Day Jarvis, if I found you, man, I would do everything I could within my ability, you know? But when I know it's out of my hands, I know it's out of my hands. And with your friend Shannon, it was out of my hands. And that was apparent to me. And so I have no choice but to, you know, invoke, you know, what has to happen. And that's yell CPR. And by law, anyone with a CPR license or certificate, they have to respond by law. And so that's what happened. And I hated that. And I wanted to tell Shannon that night that he was on the show, but he was on a roll. He was doing good and, you know, talking, you know, I mean, he was entertaining. So it didn't need to happen.
He's a wonderful dude.
But I did want to tell him, you know, like I would never do that to you, you know, like it just had to be done that night.
This will go a lot better if you just stand still.
No, he was on the ground, dude. He was more than like having a seizure, right? I know seizures, you know.
There was no beard on beard contact.
Well, I would have, like, if I would have known that was the issue, like if I would have known, okay, it's a block of passage, like, you know, if I give him mouth to mouth,
do I call him in the morning?
Bro, I'm telling you straight up, Dave Jarvis, if you were Shannon, I'd mouth to mouth you. You know, same with Ariel. It doesn't matter who you are. I know how to save a fucking life. I really do. I've taken CPR classes like 3 times.
Oh, I'd fake it just for the sensation, baby.
I just didn't. Well, you know, that's a whole nother thing.
That's the kind of relationship you and I have, Ricky. I feel like I've known you. I feel like I've known you long enough that we can get intimate. That's fine.
With that, I'm opening another beer.
Hey, what's the next show?
I just want you to know, man, that, like, you know, and Shannon, because I feel like one way or another he's listening with the get around to him. But bro, like, I would never, like, you know, call the ambulance. 911 is not my thing. CPR is not my thing. But, you know, invoking it. But, like, you know, the guy, I obviously did the right thing because he had a heart attack, right? Is that what happened? What happened to Shannon that night?
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Yeah, man. And so I guess all I know to tell you, man, is you're in good hands with me, man. I know what's up. I know what to do. And when you got to do it. I hate that happened. And so I'm not the only one, though. If you're at Division Brewery and like Hank, you know, you drink a little too much, there's always good people around. That's what I'm saying.
Better you than me.
All right. Another show at Grouse.
Same show.
Same show. Different poster.
Who is that, Dave?
Joan Crawford.
It's a great picture, man.
I didn't make it. There we go. 3/4 ton. Love 3/4 ton. Known them for like 20 years. Fantastic band.
I like the name Up for Corruption. That's pretty dope.
We got to get them on the show.
This show is Saturday, July 22nd.
No, on our show, like an interview.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going over the calendar.
We are.
Focus, people, focus.
Squirrels. I'll treat you like my boys.
I'm just saying that Up for Corruption, like, I'll try to book them for that week before this show.
And Squirrels.
And Squirrels. This one's at Mavericks.
Nice.
Saturday, July 22nd. Halton Theater.
My good friend sent me these flyers today.
You're welcome. I try. This one.
Thank you both for everything you do. There's no way we could do this without, you know, I couldn't do it without you. So thanks.
Oh,
thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Ariel.
Thanks, guys. Well, our good friends, the Argonaut, they're playing this weekend at the Halton Theater.
Dude, they tore up trees opening for OTEP. The videos were amazing.
Yeah. Look
be
out,
playing.
world. We have found, or not that we found them. They were here before we found them. The Argonaut is
They
here.
crash landed.
Well, they'll be playing with Whore of Bethlehem. And then is this Shiv? Am I reading
Shiv.
that right?
Fantastic metal band.
Skull Archer. The Killer's Vision. And Oberon. Is that right?
Yeah.
Dope. And then Vulgar Fest will be coming up July 15th.
So I reiterate, if you want to support Blow Your Brains Out and Outlaw Video TV, the best way to do that is by supporting these bands like Creeper on this show. Go out to these shows, go see the Argonaut. But also, while you're there, please try to buy their fucking CD. Buy a t-shirt. Wear that t-shirt. Share it with your friends. You know what
Buy
to
all
do.
the
Have a
things.
good time. Yeah.
Vulgar Fest, July 15th. Put it on your calendar at the Rail. I think this will be Lacerated Within's debut. That is Armando's band. But they'll be playing Vulgar Fest with Vivid and Vulgar. What? And Human Suspicion.
Yeah. Vivid and Vulgar, man. They're another band that goes the extra mile with their shows. I like that.
Got Kill House on the
I'm
list.
not saying you have to. I'm just like Creeper. They stand there and fucking jam, right? I'm all about that. Totally. But Vivid and Vulgar, they try to put on a theatrical show like the Argonaut. Love that show.
And also I Hate, fantastic band.
Boltneck.
Yep, Boltneck. Yes, sir.
When are we gonna get them on, man? I've been after them. I know they're
Jared,
like,
we got Jared. Jared is totally willing to come on. Charlie doesn't like the camera.
That's fair.
And then
I guess you can stand off screen like Pops did tonight.
And then you got Corey from Jibe, who hates all social media, so that's a no. And that's pretty much it with the Boltneck family.
Yeah. At O'Reilly's this Friday, June 23rd, you have Mojo Frankenstein.
Friends of ours.
How about that?
Wet Dog and Skizz.
Get your Mojo Frankenstein.
Skizz Machine. Should be said just like that every time. All right, another show at the Haltom.
This is a tyrannical deception show.
Oh, dope. Let's see. The Auditory Annihilation. Dope.
Looks like it's July.
Doing the nastiest are Lucifer Invictus, Tyrannical Deception.
And Kill Everything. Kill Everything. That band's kick ass. All right, so here's these tree shows coming up. This Faster Pussycat show is upon us.
June 28th. That's next week.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to have that guitar player. What's his name? I've forgotten his name.
It'll come to you after the show, I'm sure.
Well, go ahead and talk about the flyer because I'm looking it up on Facebook.
See if I can zoom in on it. Can't quite read the other names on
How about the Anita Strauss?
Bonita Strauss. Yeah, Summer Storm. That'll be July 12th at Trees in Dallas. And it looks like Lions Gate will be playing with them.
Bam Bam is his name, is what he goes by. There he is. So I'll go ahead and bring him up on the screen for everybody real quick, if y'all don't mind me taking your time. I can't remember his name because it's been a minute, but let me take that off of the screen and make that full screen. That's him right there, the guitar player. He is the guitar player from for Faster Pussycat. And I can't remember his full name, Bam Bam Coltrane or something, But he's a kick-ass guitar player, and he's obviously a younger kid. And the way I'm familiar with him is Buddy Blaze. He used to be a Buddy Blaze artist when Buddy Blaze was alive. All right, so there we go. So he should be playing to all of our Buddy Blaze supporters and local guitar heroes. That's this coming 2 weeks. So got 2 weeks to support that. All right, so this weekend.
It's upon us, June 24th at Growl. We've got Vane and Warhog.
That's going to be fucking killer.
And Infinity Vane.
I got to figure out a way to get Vane's music comprised to 30 megabytes so I can play it. Same thing with Munition. They just sent me their full record, but all their files are over 30 megabytes. How about this?
All right.
The Argonaut.
Yep.
More Division Brewery shows, man.
We're making it July 22nd with Aska.
And the Deep.
And the Deep.
So that's the 3 songs or 4 songs we'll play. We'll feature a Dank song and I guess I could go ahead and upload that new X610 chill. If anybody's interested, just let me know in the chats. I'll upload some brand new X610 chill.
Oh yeah,
to
and
play
some Against All Odds, yeah.
Yeah, I'll play some Against All Odds, a Dank song, The Deep, and Warthog, and then I'll say goodnight. No after party tonight.
All right.
3-headed monster. That may have already happened.
That
I can't
one
see
already
a date
happened.
on that. All right. So what about the Dime Bag show, August
Dime Bag.
19th, with I Hate
And Motor Breath
Boom
at the Rail Club.
All right, so we're just wrapping it up here. These are all important shows, or I wouldn't have them here. Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper,
Super Shock.
coolest of all. Check it out, Ministry.
Rob Zombie puts on a good show.
I think Ministry's gonna blow that fucking show away. If they give him a chance, if they give Uncle Al an opportunity. I don't know who's playing guitar for Ministry. I don't know who's playing drums, bass, anything. So
Al Jorgensen's biography is one of the greatest books I've ever read in my life.
Of course, yeah, has to be. Yeah, Ministry. I mean, I love Alice Cooper. I mean, God, I love. I mean, he should have Nita Strauss. Nita Strauss should be on that show. So that's little tough to say that Ministry will blow Alice Cooper and Nita Strauss off the stage. Who's playing guitar for Rob Zombie? Does anybody know?
I know it's not me.
It's not.
I
Dave
also
Jarvis.
know that it's not. I know it's not Ariel.
Well, I'm assuming it's not John 5.
No, it's probably John 6.
John 666. All right,
Yeah,
so
an upgrade.
bringing this up for everybody to show you that my boys in Bad Marriage right there. Bad Marriage. Don't forget that band, Bad Marriage. They're playing Trees in July. It's just a few weeks away now. But to show you that they're not pussies playing with Enough's Enough on the Glam Slam Metal Tour, they're actually doing some shows with Dangerous Toys. So, Bad Marriage. All right, that's it. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Ariel, I want to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
You guys are awesome.
Our host, mine and yours, Dave Jarvis. Bro, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. He's already gone.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm about to peace out, too. Thank you for having me.
All right, Dave Jarvis from the deepest of my blackest, cancerous heart. I love you, my brother. Ow, everybody. I want to say thank you for joining us. This show has been amazing. Munition, hedonistic in the chats, blowing it up. Ariel, against all odds.
No one will know where you will go, your safest space. 'Cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare hold a grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, it's getting too much. separate, try to separate my body from my mind. Cold feelings in the night. You know this feeling just ain't right. And though I tried, I just can't hide those cold feelings in the night. Cold feelings in the night. Cold feelings in the night. Cold feelings in the night.
Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. Our very own Dave Jarvis. Love you very much. All right, before that, we had Cold. That's the name of the song by Against All Odds, our very own Ariel. You can hear us all three together here every Wednesday night. Blow your brains out, 9 p.m. Join us for the saga. Here we go. Warhog, everybody. Next Saturday night, June 24th, Ground Records, Division Rivers, Arlington, South Carolina. Warhog!
One sun rises, one sun sets. Isolation, a life loaded with regret. This darkness steps through transition. Mind
Just another lie. Welcome to my life. Wondering if I go, what remains? Drop the curtain, let me bow. The show is over, all the lines are read, it's over now. Hear the echo as it fades. See my body in the earth where it lays.
Fucking Warhog right there doing that shit. Warhog, the name of the song is Saga. So the saga continues because the name of the record is the Voyager. And I do have that song. So if you want to hear more Warhog, let me know. I will play that very soon. But until then, I just want to tell you personally, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All my drinking buddies will blow our brains out together every Wednesday night right here.
All my drinking buddies are in jail. And I'm too drunk to drown to go pay their bail. But you know if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough. And so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Well, I was going good, drinking at the bar when my buddy ran into the back of a cop car. If I come cruising at 62 and then began for breakfast hallucinating at noon. She ran a school bus stop sign in my stolen car, so they took her to the pokey for a little R&R. Now all my drinking buddies are in jail, and I'm too drunk to drive to go pay their bail. But you know if I really gotta go, I ain't got near enough dough, and so now all my drinking buddies are still in jail. Yeah, all my drinking buddies are rotting in jail. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here comes our criminal now. What do you have to say for yourself?
Back into the
fucking goodness. Can you believe that? Some Me and My Dead Friends right there, featuring Rick Perry on lead guitar. What you didn't ask for, I got. My first time.
Well, crazy don't faze me, normal is lazy. Play thousands of shows, but nobody pays me. My piss is hazy, I drink too much maybe. Just dropped up my dog at the pound, think it's rabies. My mother is dead and my bitch is in prison. My dog has got cancer, my dick has got rhythm. My weak guy's in jail, Gen 6 insurrection. What a surprise, Caucasian complexion. Homegirls in traction from heroin injection. The cat swelled up from a fentanyl infection. I'm the king of the castle, but mostly an asshole. Your teeth, they look fragile and losing enamel. You dipshit and ignorant, nitwit illiterate. I am belligerent and inconsiderate. Cigarette isn't lit, I'm not a rapper, I already know this bitch, I should quit. I'll say some more, bitch banging on my door. Fucked every guy in the county and plus some more. Trapped a good friend of mine with a few babies. I don't know what you call a horse who's a lady. She doesn't spit balls, all she does is she swallows them. Cumberland eyelash, just nose like a Stanley. And herps in her asshole, ball sacks, they'd be slapping them. Voice like a bird if the bird was a crackhead. CPS case every month I ain't playing. No man's ever uttered the words I'm staying. Throws dishes and cups at her kids while she's swaying. She's further from God than the saint she's portraying. I sing in a country band too. At least I have the sense to separate the two. No dirt roads or cheeses, I'll eat me some Cheez-Its and spin out the crumbs on her wound, cheesy fetus.
It's over, man. It's over.
How fucking crazy. God damn. Did you hear that? Woo! All I know to say is, Dave Jarvis, you are the shit. Chip Tooth, making it happen. Munition, the band tonight. Everybody tune back in to next week. We have so much going on. We have so many bands and so many artists and even like a author booked for very soon. So we're booked like 4 weeks in advance already. I don't know how to tell you how much I appreciate each and every goddamn one of you. There's nothing going on here like nobody's making money, right? Nobody's making money. I don't have a manager. I don't have a boss. We just blowing it up, blowing our brains out every goddamn Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Let's do this and end it.
Where's the hard candy, girl? The kind that you suck on. Show me down your aisle. How many licks does it take to get to the middle? How many licks does it take? How many licks does it take to get to the middle? Oh, how many licks does it take? Yummy cherry.
banging it right there. You already know we're going to keep banging that shit all goddamn night long. We're going to beat you all day and bang it all night long. We'll see you here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. I want to give a special shout out to my friend Dash. Dash, your drums are killer. Your drums are on par with everything else going on. This fucking Munition band is amazing. I want everyone to go listen to Munition now. You know what I'm saying? Fucking blow that shit up. If you want to support, blow your brains out. The best way to do that is by supporting the bands. That's simple. And we'll see you here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Blow your brains out with me, Ricky Warden, and Dave Jarvis. Special thanks to Ariel of Against All Odds. Support the bands that support